Ambition is critical.
I can imagine.
So we're starting as we mean to go on, yeah, with Gary Lockett's, what's that? What is it? Patrick Shadow Fleury or whatever the fuck, but it's Beaujolais anyway. Oh, Beaujolais Day.
Oh, nice.
It's Beaujolais Day.
I'll be sick on outside TGI Fridays again. No.
So I can't fault it anyway. What a way to turn out. I'm only going to drink tonight. I've been fucking dying.
It's the way it's going. You drinking every fucking Thursday.
fucking ridiculous.
You hear the cans cracking, so that's the only thing. When in the podcast, I'm like, you hear crack, you know.
Oh yeah, he's always you can always hear
they're drinking.
Yeah, every week I plan on not drinking.
Yeah.
And then some, like, such as yourself, nobody can come here empty-handed now. We have said. And like, Dan turned up tonight with a big box of celebrations for my kids and for Paddy's kids. Obviously, Paddy's daughter will never see those celebrations. Whereas in my house, I'll never see those fucking celebrations because Tina snaffled them straight off me as soon as you come in, and I will never see them again.
Well, I'm on my sixth lot of Christmas chocolates. I am now. No, I thought I'd buy them early, 1st of December, get the celebrations in, get the Quality Street in. The celebrations are fucking gone, apart from the bounties. All that's left is the bounties. The Quality Street, my fucking daughter, the cheeky twat, opened the fucking box, nicked all the fucking green triangles, and sellotaped them back up. All that's left in the Quality Street in my house, there's no the yellow toffees. What fucking good are they to anyone? They are fucking doorstop. No one can fucking eat them fuckers, they fucking hopeless.
Well, this is episode 15 of the Ambition is Critical podcast with Dan from Demon Shield Pro, our very kind sponsor. And Dan, right, I got to ask you something. It's been bugging me for a while.
Yeah.
Were you in Bishop Gore?
Yeah.
Right, so we know each other, don't we?
Yeah, we should do, yeah.
Right.
I was in Bishop Gore. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to get involved as well. Like.
Right, okay. Because the first time I ever saw, when you did Diane Lily's podcast, and I saw a photo of you, like, I think they took a photo and they put it on Twitter, TTO podcast with Dan and that. I looked at you and I went, fuck, I recognise him. Do you know what I mean? You're like looking at, you know when you see someone,
yeah.
And then obviously you contacted Paddy and me and you spoke. And when I was friends with you on Facebook, and I was like, and the more I looked at you, I felt fucking positive. I know that guy. Positive. But today, I clicked on you. I thought, fuck, I got to work it out. And I seen that Daniel Cunningham and you were mutual friends. And like Andrew Steer and you were mutual friends.
Yeah.
These are Bishop Gore boys, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I got to know Dan from Bishop Gore. Were you in the 6th one, Bishop Gore?
Yeah.
Right. So you were in Daniel Cunningham's year?
Yeah.
Right. I tell you how I know exactly. Right? Because I...
Older or younger?
2 years younger than me.
Right,
school years. What happened was, when I went to the 6th one, because I was pissing around, I dropped back a year. And I went into the year younger, right?
Oh, fucking spastic.
No, I wasn't. It wasn't because I was thick.
Yeah.
It was just because I was fucking drunk all the time.
Held back a year, like.
It was when it was my Danny Suko stage.
Right,
I was just charging around, trying to nail everything. And so I went back into that year, which would have been your... and then when I went up to the 2nd year then, that would have been your first year in the 6th one.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And we used to have the pool table in the
that's
corner.
right, yeah.
And me and you partnered playing pool.
No way.
100%.
Fucking hell.
100%, because you can play
basically
pool a bit.
brothers.
Yeah, I can play a bit, yeah. Well, I don't know about it anymore, but yeah.
Back then.
I can play a bit, yeah.
See, it's like Friends Reunited.
It is, because
fucking
you was
podcast.
asking me, I said,
Well,
the kids from Cardiff, man.
What happened was I was out with the boys on the rugby boys and the boys from school organised a... I don't see people nowhere near as enough like that at all. And so... on the WhatsApp group, it was an evening getting arranged. So Tom Clayton, TC, arranged this evening, top night it was. And went to the Liberty Stadium first, watched the Ospreys, got a taxi then down to one of the bars in Wine Street that had one of the karaoke VIPs.
Yeah.
Bamboo. That's the one, yeah. So we were all way out there, we had a good laugh in there.
Yeah, it is cracking.
Yeah, it
was
great.
Like being in Japan.
We had bottles of gin and vodka and whatever on there waiting for us. He did a really cracking night. But he said to me on the way down, he goes, have you listened to Ambition is Critical? I went, what's that then? I said, what? I said, I've been on one podcast with Di and Lily, Lights Out. He goes, no, they're asking for, you'd put up like 21 needed, sort of like 20 quid a month or whatever it was, whatever. He said, oh, they only want 20 quid. I said, oh, I had a few sherbets. I'll do that. And the more I was getting pissed through the night, the more I was like, oh, I'm good. I don't know what time. I don't know if I message you in the evening or the night. I don't know who I message or the next day. Was it in the morning? Or I don't know. But anyway, so I was like, I got to do it now. So I said to him, I'll do that. So I didn't want to, look like a dickhead by not doing it. So that's why I messaged and said, look, I'll put it up. Yeah, no problem.
What it was originally when we started the podcast, and this was the same for Di and Lily, because we've been following them. So I'm following Di, basically. I'm following Di's lead through everything. So he rang me this one day. He goes, look, mate, we got a problem. We've been recording on this app where you can see there, and they were storing the podcast for us on their server, and then everything goes through that. But they had stopped now because the server costs too much or something. They're stopping hosting. You can still record on that app, but you can't host.
Okay.
So I needed to find a hosting site. Well, all these hosting sites cost money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's in America. It basically works out as £20 a month. What happened with us? So we were lucky because when we only done 5 episodes when that happened. So for me to transfer over 5 episodes was no problem at all. But Di and Lily had like 18 episodes or something. Yeah. So they lost. They've been talking about it recently on their podcast.
Okay.
They've lost a lot of podcasts.
And there's some good ones, John Phillips.
Yours. All the early ones. So John Phillips podcast, which is a real good podcast. They're trying to find a way to get
Could get him on iTunes now, and the John Phillips. Never. He was class, he was,
So basically, ours will always be there on iTunes as long as I'm hosting on Buds. Well, it doesn't matter, whatever I host now, but they'll always be there. With these, they've lost a lot of their early ones.
That's pity,
his memories or what is.
Of course it is,
yeah. And obviously, we know when they're starting off like that, like I remember Diane, they nervous, like we were nervous, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and we're like, where do you go from here? And obviously you get better every time you get better,
When it's more natural as a podcast, it is just a chat. It's more, everything's natural. Yeah. Nothing's pre sort of planned. It's just the way it. I think that's what it is with me. Why I want to get it is because we get involved. I like back in like startups. Where same with the warehouse, ABC. I don't like to get in. I've been asked. I've said it on the Di and Lily's podcast that I've been asked to get involved with like big players who've got big gyms, loads of Welsh champions in boxing gyms, but I like getting in like
on the ground floor.
Yeah, definitely, because it's you sort of jump, and I just you sort of jump on people's bandwagons of people doing really well, and you're just like, I'll get involved. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, do you know what I mean?
One of my biggest regrets is not fucking got a funky pump when it was in Escape. And there was about 12 people there, fucking he started like last year or so, and like he was a little bit, as you said, he thinks you jumped on a bandwagon, but like them little days when Chris would have 12 people in Escape, I mean it was fucking brilliant, and all them people now, they've been fucking with him 10 years, and I always think, because we all knew about it, but it was like, put it off, what's it going to be like, is it going to be too hard, is it going to be a bit pretentious, and it's fucking none of those things, we've been in the fucking warehouse. I saw me and you met quite a while ago on a couple of white collar shows, I like fucking anyone who don't know Dan. He got a bit of a look, like he struts on like one of the Peaky Blinders. Like he's always got my old man's rabbiting cap on, and it looks fucking. He stands out like even he's in fiction. Like everyone's wearing a suit, and he's here with his fucking looking like fucking one of the Shelbys. You know what I mean? Not the one who's blasting cocaine and fucking got 8 birds in the bath. Yeah. He's the thinker. He's the leader of the family. He's Thomas.
But when we at the last Budo, because you went to the last Budo, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right. No, I saw you and I could tell. Obviously, I'd only seen you in. I think we were Facebook friends then, because this is when we first started talking about it.
Yeah.
But I was sitting at the judges' table, and it was like in a break in a fight, and I turned to my right, and you were standing by the railing, like, and I couldn't miss you because you're tall, and you like,
he's a lot.
And you had the flat cap on and that, and your dress. And I said, fuck, I'm sure. To myself, because I was quite away from you, I was going, I think that's Dan, And obviously it was you, it was there, like,
Yeah, well, what it was, because I remember the first time I'd seen Paddy initially was you, Chris. Generously invited me and my missus to the 10-year anniversary.
Oh, right, yeah.
So then I remember going into the fiction then.
Yeah.
And I had, I think it was, I got maroon shoes.
Right, yeah.
And the flat cap and like the whatever it's called that goes there.
Cravat.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. But what I wanted to do is, because I wanted to get involved with boxing, and I thought, how can I be remembered not just for selling gum shields? How can I remember just for people remember me, like, and it was, so I was like, right, I've always liked the 1900s sort of look, do you know what I mean? The old school.
Especially now, you know, it's a little bit
Conor
of Peaky
McGregor
Blinders.
type.
A little bit of Conor McGregor. Every fucker's wearing fucking tartan suits.
Yeah, well,
flat caps, bow tie, like you said, cravat.
Well, I thought if I get some, like, I got blue shoes and red shoes, if I had a flat cap, if I just keep to that, you know, people gonna remember who I am, like.
And it fucking worked, mate.
And now it's just stuck, and now I'm just like, you know.
No, fuck no.
Yeah,
if you want to grow dreadlocks, you've had it.
Yeah, you can't wear flat cap around the pool and all
I do that all the time.
You're going to be there in bed and all like, fuck, look at that fucking busy fucker. He must be boiling.
That's my business says to me when I'm like, not any flat cap out, do you? To Ibiza, 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's alright.
He's a man in mission, pair of shorts, flat cap and maroon shoes.
Yeah, but, you know, it's, you know, I've always liked the old school sort of face-to-face business, the way people do it back then, because there's obviously no internet or anything, everyone had to do it natural. I just wanted it to be all sort of natural the way I did everything, you know.
So what are you actually a dentist?
I'm a dental technician, but, you know, it's...
You know what I am? You're a dentist, mate. That's
like
a scaffold.
Well, everyone goes like when I say, "Oh, you dental technician? Oh, you're one of those people who stand next to the dentist, calling out the numbers." As a dental nurse, it's always it's that one usually before a dentist. Oh no, so you're a dentist? No. I make dental products for dentists.
Right. Now I see. Like
so, so the Gumz shield come like that, and obviously I've always been a huge boxing fan, so. You know, it was always a case of, right, I've got this product, we're going to develop this product, and I knew, like, it would filter other avenues. Like, I got the gloves now, I got the wraps, I got, you know, I'm going to get some other stuff sort of, you know, going on, but it's mainly for, you know, sponsoring pro fighters, because they didn't get anything. I was shocked, you know, I've said it on the other podcast that, you know, I was shocked that being around camps, how little boxers support they had. You know, I was crazy for me. I was like, what are you wearing then? You know, Liam Williams, the first sort of boxer, and Alex using the first Lottie camp was the first camp I got into. And it was, what Gumz should you wear? Oh, £2 from Sports Direct.
Yeah, like like the white collar boys.
He's fucking, you know, potential. Elite fighter.
Good boxers. Really good boxers. So I stepped in, and then no one on the scene was helping anybody out at all. And me being a big boxing fan, I was loving it, you know. Been around all watching the sparring, watching them train. You know, I'm hoping now that everyone trusts me. Like I'm not out to. I could put, you know, I could post pictures all day saying, "Oh, he's wearing it, he's wearing it, he's wearing it." You know, I don't like the sort of do that sort of thing. I don't like the other ones that don't come across as now. You know, like I've done Huey Furies and DeGale. I put pictures up. I didn't even put their pictures or shields up. I put pictures up because I'm a fan. That's it, first and foremost. Like, so, you know, and that's how it sort of escalated. Everyone's like, "Oh, who's this boy giving away?" I had a couple of kids come up to me, you know, saying, "Oh, you're that one who gives everything away, and you." And
it'll never be fucking.
I'm like that. Shut up, mate. Shut up, mate. You know, I was at the Mardy ABC the other day, and this kiddie comes up to me. He messaged me the other day, and I'd seen it, but I was so busy. I was like, "All right, I'll get back to him." He comes up to me. I was in the ABC show, and he comes up to me. He goes, "I messaged you. You've ignored me." He's like, "Yes." It's like this 12-year-old. And I said, "You are?" I was like, "You are, mate? I haven't ignored you, no, I haven't seen her." "Oh, no, you haven't got back to me." I was like, "All right, I'll get back to you later, And my missus was sitting about sort of 10 yards away, and it so happened that she was sitting next to this boy's parents. He goes over to his parents, "I just got a sponsor now. He's going to give me everything for free." And like my missus was like chuckling into us. I was like, "I told you, I don't message you back." So I got a bit of a rod for my back now, but I love it. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have anything different. Cause
so you went from Swansea and you went to uni in Cardiff.
Well, I went to uni in Cardiff, but I went late because I had no qualifications, not one GCSE to my name.
Right.
So I went back at that time, going back when I was 23. It was you could go as a mature student. You can't do that anymore.
Right.
So I was lucky, you know, to take that step when I was ready to sort of learn, you know.
Be honest, it was the same. I was in when I was in Mount Pleasant fucking Institute. We was doing fucking leisure management, right? I'm not kidding you.
It's been half time over months.
Mate, I was half the time over fucking Ryan's house, and the other half time in the canteen because he'd done wicked fucking Mexican chicken baguettes, right? But then there's people in the class who's 31, and they had to learn. I was always thinking, fucking hell, look, these miserable cunts. I'm walking around with a pair of pants on my head, 2 pencils up my nose, you know what I mean? Fucking, and I was thinking, what are they doing here? But no one knew that age, mate. You had to learn, didn't you?
Exactly,
you know
yeah.
And looking at it now, fucking. That's probably the right way to do it, like, because when you're 17, you let me don't give a fuck.
No, that's why I fucked up going back to sixth form. I should never have gone back because I hated school.
Yeah,
right, but I was one of those that I was good at school, but I would rather not go. So like I was basically on the Mitch all the way through my fucking. I hope my kids never listen to this. I was on the Mitch all the way through my GCSE years, and then still got 8 GCSEs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I could just do it. But then I went to the sixth form. Because I had intentions of doing stuff, but then all I did was fucking look for the next sixth form party they was having, and then go to Cinderella's on a Raz every Friday, every fucking Saturday. That's all I was doing. So it basically was one big jolly to me. I wasn't ready to learn, but now I look back and like I said, I don't have many regrets in my life, but that's one of them. If I had just got out of school and got a fucking trade, because my old man could have had me a trade in a second because he works in the council. I could have been a fucking plumber and this and that, and then I could have gone back if I chose to. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have. But, you know, that's the only regret.
I loved school, I did, because I try to explain to my daughter, like, if she comes home and fucking says she had a D in maths, I can't really give a fuck, if I'm honest, whether she fucking does well in RE and shit like that. I'm more fucking, when she comes home from school, I'm more, what laughs did you have today, like, what fucking stories have you got? Because, mate, think school now, the best thing about school is not a feeling where you laughing, but not allowed to laugh because the fucking teacher got older in.
Tears are
you don't have that. You don't have that as an adult. The only time that happens is in a funeral. You know what I mean? When you fucking, if you got laughing, you're not allowed to laugh. That's the only time. Anywhere else, you can fucking piss yourself whatever you want. Like, you know what I mean? So I try to tell her, make the most of fucking school. I didn't leave school till about 1920, mate. I went to sixth form. We had first year in sixth form, second year in sixth form, and a third year in sixth form. I was about 19. I was older than 2 teachers, right? I was going to school in my car, genuine, pulling up in the car park and everything, fucking like Ferris Bueller. It's fucking, you know what I mean? I try to tell her, don't be too serious. If you get detention, it ain't it ain't the end of the world. Like, obviously I don't want to burn in the fucking school down. You know what I mean? Fucking,
making test papers.
Yeah, exactly. Try not to mention that. But, you know what I mean? As long as she has a fucking laugh, we don't really give a fuck, like. You know what I mean?
No, but so you must have, because when you think of not a dentist, you're dental technician, but that must be a number of years. That can't just be like 2 years.
It's 3 years, yeah, training.
3 years.
Well, I was, you know, as I said, I was lucky. People say, oh, you've done really well. I just, I've been lucky, you know, just falling.
Was you grafting then? Because obviously, you know, you were older then. Was you needing to graft? Or
I would all sort of, because I think all my decisions are based on how I feel, are all emotional based, because it's more real then, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not the one to always make a spontaneous decision on the spot. If you said to me, oh, you know, when you go into corkscrew, making or whatever, I'd be like, you know, I'd think about it. I'd go, one of them, I have to get emotional feel. So when I was in, you know, not many people sort of know the whole sort of background, but when I was 30, my old man, let's just say, liked a bit of a drink. So I was 13 years old, and my old girl goes, go to your nan's after school, lad. Yeah. So just chuck a bit of clothes in. So I was like, alright, what's happening here, like sort of thing. And bear in mind, we had a 5-bedroom house in Sketty. I was brought up in Brimmill. Right. So I was in Sketty then, and then my mum comes in my nan's and goes, oh, we're not going back, you know. My dad was a bit of a drinker, etc. And so where now we've gone from like a 5-bedroom house. And then now there's 4 of us in a 2-bed flat, and I've seen both sort of ends. Yeah. So during school, you know, I was 13 when that happened, and you know, my old man was off the rails at that stage in his life, sort of thing, and I didn't see him for months and months and months. But the times I did see him was because he was a bit of an entrepreneur. You know, he always had his sort of hands in a few pies, sort of thing. So when I was on school holidays, the only time you see me go, oh, come and work for me, like, on school holidays. So I was 13 when I started, and he had a contract for Revlon Cosmetics.
Right,
It was a cosmetic company making mascaras.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we'd put them all together, see. So I'd go down Brunswick Street in the Sandfields every, you know, in 6:30 in the morning, like when I was 13, 14. Bear in mind, didn't used to see him for months and months and months. So this is my sort of time with, and it was all based around, you know, business, and being that sort of make your own sort of
dealing,
I've seen him pull some stunts, like, and you know, that's how I got interested in knowing that, because of the background we were from, and my mum's working 3 jobs then to keep us alive, basically. You know, we were classed as 2 weeks after we moved out from my dad's, we were registered as homeless because my mum had single mother with 3 kids.
Right.
So in 2 weeks we were gone from 5-bedroom house to being registered as homeless, and we were moving around Swansea. She couldn't afford places, etc. So anyway, you know, as a boy, you know, you look up your old man, didn't you? So being around business sort of gave me a bit of sort of, it was like a, you know, like breathing, like
bit of fucking bit of streetwise.
Totally. So I wrote my first invoice out when I was like 14 years old. He said, "Oh, write me this invoice." It's an invoice, like, I'll just write you know, this, and he showed me, and we went from there, and I travelled a bit around with him, like learning a few things, and that's when I had no qualification from school, as I said, but it all sort of stems from my emotional attachments, so why I sort of sponsor things, and it all comes up from, you know, I never forget.
But having a fucking B+ in maths.
Oh yeah,
ain't gonna be as fucking. Ain't gonna be as beneficial to you as doing a fucking advice. No one teaches you in school how to do it.
Yeah, the street values are so much sort of like important and stuff like that.
There's different ways to different people.
Yeah, exactly.
That was your way.
That was my way. So like when people say, "Oh, you're developing this product again," it's like, if I'm not like developing a product or getting on or looking at the next thing, it's like I feel a bit like suffocated, if you know what I mean. Just a bit sort of. So that's why I love business. I'm really lucky to be in the position I am. I started off as a cleaner, to be honest, in a dental lab on a Saturday for like 13 quid to go to Cinderella's on a Saturday. That's what it was. I was like, 13, you know, I was like counting the coins, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, But put that work ethic in there.
Oh yeah, I've always worked. You know, I've always worked since I was 13 years old, you know, but
on a different level, like, when I was fucking 13, I looked old, I looked fucking 8. I don't know if I looked 18, but it could pass for 18. Get served and shit like that in the shops. Well, my cousin was a DJ. Right, first of all, he was like a mobile DJ, and then he had like a residency in like the Dark Arch up in Leith. And I was only 13, and I used to go with him on the mobile. It was like every Saturday night without fail. We could be anywhere, like Glenclinnell. You know what I mean? Fucking.
You must be in some
proper fucking, you know, wigwam bam, everyone with ties on their head and all that. Fucking seen it all in there. And then he got this residency in the Dark Arch in Leith. And he said, my mother, father, can you still come and help me? Like, you know, he'd give me 20 quid on a Saturday night. Fucking, I ended up on the light. I was his light technician, right? You know, I was on the lights doing the smoke machine, and he'd killed one fucker. One girl had asthma. Fucking, she got sent to Leith General Hospital. No time I went mad, and my finger got stuck on the fucking smoke machine, and he killed the cut, right? But it was like from 14, I was in nightclubs, you know what I mean? Granted, I was just with him, you know, he just let me have one bottle of Budweiser. But we get to love for, like clubs and fucking, it shouldn't really be there. He was young, but my mother, father, Mark sensible. He'd take the car, you know, but all the stories we fucking had, you know, who fucking going out to 7, coming in fucking 5 in the morning at 13. But it was like a bit of an education, no, like fucking God who, you know, seeing things.
Oh, you got it, I'm totally,
you know what I mean? I think it stands in good stead. There's a big difference between what because who ends up making money. All I did was fucking end up killing fucking Shirley from fucking Torna. But fucking, you know what I mean? But it was still, like you said, experiences as my
old man used to go, he used to give me an envelope at the end of the month, end of the week. It was like 70 quid. I was like,
for the 13-year-old, fucking hell.
Yeah, I know, but I was
two spirers who saved 68 quid.
Mate, honestly now,
I'd have found a way to spend that.
It was gone. It was flicked out in about two days, literally. I was like, and then I look back, I think, I did like 45 hours I was on then, like, that's it.
It's actually fucking ripped you off, like, you've got a full-time job, the guy.
He's done me, like. But that's how it was for me, like, you know, and it was the only time, as I said, I didn't really see a lot of, you know, of that, and of of my dad during that period, and it was that sort of thing that got me interested in the way because I'd seen a bit of growing up and stuff like that when I was, my parents were together and stuff. I knew I thought a bit differently. I was thinking a bit differently. So I was always thinking about things like, for example, my nan used to make me. We were living with my nan, see, at the time. There was 4 of us, so I said, crammed into this 2 little bed flat in Sketty, and we were there for over a year, like, while my mum was trying to sort things out, trying to get on the registry to get a house and stuff like that. And my nan used to give me some sandwiches, like, and then give, here's a £1. If I don't need £1, no, have £1 as well, like that. And there used to be this boy, Rayo, in school. I used to sell my sandwiches, my lunch, for £1. Yeah. He used to go, what have you got today? So it was £1 for the lunch or £1.20 with a drink. So he said, so then I used to have £2. And then it was like, I do stuff like, it was like £1 for a box of Lambert and Butlers, get someone to go in there, buy them, I'd flog them in school, then I'd buy a dinner ticket.
Fags.
Then there's always the people, I'll buy it 50p after, I sell it for 50, and then I would get the dinner tickets in, the dinner ticket, I used to just get them in, and I'd enjoy it.
The dinner ticket, the black market dinner tickets in Bishop Morton was amazing. It was up there with the Blood Diamonds in fucking Sierra Leone.
But we used to do it because obviously when I was in a sixth form, I started hanging around with him when I was 16. All the boys I hang around with are older than me. Yeah. And obviously I'd be in the Brimellin, 16 years of age. So they'd be coming in now, bucky fags, innit? Right? Like fucking 20 quid for 200. So those you take them in. I was buying them. I was taking them into school and flogging them, flogging them singles, flogging them backs. You know what I mean? Making me money back, and I used to smoke at that time. So I'd be having free fags all week because I'd be taking them in, selling them. We'd pull all sorts of fucking scams.
Anyone who drunk in the Brimellin back in the old days will tell you, like a Saturday afternoon, who could fucking buy anything. You could buy fags, you could buy wine, you could buy acid microdots, you could buy pills, you could buy Ralph Lauren shirts, you could buy any fucking thing. The pool table, they put a board over the pool table. We'd say it now because the pub's not a pub, it's a fucking shop. They put a board over the pool table, and on Saturday afternoon all the shoplifters would come and put all their fucking gear on, and it'd be like an open market.
All my club.
And it was so fucking good. There was so many shoplifters running up the Brimellin that every year Colin Breen had the Christmas Shoplifter of the Year awards. And they'd have, you'd have most improved shoplifter, you'd have all the shoplifter of the year, and then you'd have the fucking lot. Like they I know the stories they had, like fucking they were like fucking they rob anything. If it's not nailed down, they would rob the fucking lot.
You could ask for stuff. If you had a list of Christmas stuff, you go, right, can you get that for me? Alright, no problems. And then they go and get it for you.
They cut them all in the fence behind the back of B&Q, right? And he was having like fucking, 12-foot Santas, fucking Christmas time, smuggling them out to the fucking, they just cut the thing. He was having everything. They went to Toys R Us once, and if you remember Furbies, Furbies were the big toy, like. So Toys R Us were selling pink bins, right? But they got the bin was $2.99, and put 36 Furbies in the bin, right?
And paid for the bin.
Just paid for the bin. But when they got to the till, all they could hear was me. 36 Furbies were going off in the bin. They ran in round Cat Park Towie. They ran in past JD Sports. No fucking Furbies flying out everywhere like little gremlins. Fucking good days of it was. Fair play, like.
I do miss the fucking place. It's fucking tremendous. But I saw the weekend. You didn't go to James the Gill.
Oh no, I know. I had ringside tickets. I couldn't give them away. Could not give them away. Well, I felt right. It's not like me to not go. See, I love it. Like I love the boxing. I go to the amateur shows as well, and so I had ringside tickets. Obviously, I met James the Gill and his team, and they were good as gold. Me and my missus, took my missus up, went to his house, just sort of sorted him out there, and. So they said, we'll send you some tickets down. But I've been so busy up until this point. Christmas is nuts. Like December's nuts for us in the lab. So he...
the lab? Sounds like what the white do.
So he goes...
I don't know anyone who got a lab. I don't know many people who got a garage.
So he sends them down on the Wednesday. And by Saturday, I did go to leave. I left. I drove 15 minutes down the road on M4. I said,
Not feeling
Fuck.
it.
I felt really, that's why I spun back and I couldn't give them away.
Well, I only saw it the day after. And I was saying to myself, fuck, what would I have done if I saw it yesterday afternoon? Like,
Yeah,
for free now?
I didn't pay for them, so I'm on a charge.
No, of course, because you could let me drive up and drive back.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Just time.
That's what we were going to do.
Like, drive up, park outside.
That's what we were going to do. See, I said to myself, we'll drive up and drive down. I don't want to get a hotel. Let's just get back, like, you know. And
it's a long day
driving.
Fair,
he had a bit of a shock, didn't he?
How did... So, like, you supply James DeGale's Gum Shield,
yeah?
So, like, what is it? It just won the big market, or was everyone, like, buying the fucking cheap Gum Shield? Do you actually make the Gum Shield?
Yeah, we actually make it handmade, see? So it's all custom fitted.
That's quite new, new process.
They're custom fitted to their teeth.
Right.
So just a dental one.
It's just basically like a brace.
Yeah, like you have an impression.
Yeah, so you have an impression done.
But how long that been happening for fucking years?
It has been. Yeah. But the problem is, if you go to the dentist, we charge you 80-90 quid.
Right, okay.
And that's the difference. So, because they're not the manufacturer, they've got to make their markup in the middle. So we cut it all out. And completely cut them out. So we cut them out. Because the dentist, to be fair, I've had dentists who refer them over, fighters, whatever, and like, I got this guy, will phone me up, whatever, because they don't make a lot of money on it. If anything, doing a Gum Shield's a bit of a hindrance to their time.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? That's why they've got to put that sort of marker on. That's why they're not getting that many people through the door for it, because people don't want to, especially a kid whose teeth are growing, it's only going to last 6 months.
Because I saw I'm in the dentist down the road there, and they do, well, they probably don't do custom Gum Shields down there in Kambola, but they got them up and they are like 80-90 quid.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I was boxing all the time, I considered, because I gotta be honest, I never had a problem with Gum Shields. I buy the ones from Sports Direct, they always fit me perfect. I never had an issue. People gag with Gum Shields in and I never had none of them problems. It never bothered me, never bothered my breathing, nothing. I think I was just lucky. But I did consider getting one when I was training all the time, and I was considering fighting all the time. But 80-90 quid.
I know exactly.
A lot of money in it.
Oh, exactly.
But it's not. I don't think it is really
for professionals.
But I think if you are taking it seriously, for me, I was like, do I really need it? I've got this $8.99 one from Sports Direct, and it's working fine.
Oh, exactly. I mean, that's fine. I mean, but
obviously, if you for them pros, you've got to have it.
The difference for us is that we put the names on the fighter. We jazz it up if they want like a logo on there or whatever. We just chuck it on, or
that's quite specific. I've never seen that before.
So just like that people design their own shorts.
Yeah,
they just sort of do it with their Gum Shields as well. But with pros, I'm a bit like, don't worry, just get a picture, I'm happy with it. It's an hour of my time, whatever, but it's more fun. It's about what I'm passionate about.
Listen to this story, this is probably odd if the last time I fought, about just over 2 years ago, we were up the Fairfield, and I was out the back changing, right, and it's literally like a cupboard, was changing in a cupboard, right, and this guy walked in boxing, he was on a fight before me, and he goes, I hadn't long had a new Gum Shield, but I had in the bottom of my bag, I'd been sat in this bag for about 3 years, and I had used it for probably 3 years previous to that, right, was this Gum Shield, right? She said, you haven't got a swear Gum Shield, have you? And I said, joking about, I said, I said, yeah, mate, I got one in the bottom of my bag, it says covered in blood, which it was. I said, it's fucking stinking, I haven't used it for years, I said, but it's at the bottom of my bag. Thinking he just turned and go, oh no, mate, I'm alright. He went, can I have it? I said, are you fucking serious? He said, mate, I haven't got a Gum Shield. He said, I'm fighting in 15 minutes. Right? Can you remember this guy?
Let me forward with Dan.
He fought Sean Dennis. I can't think of the boy's name. But he fought Sean Dennis. They got a fight on before me. So I goes into my bag, right? Honest to God, pulls it out. You know the little case it was in? That was manking. Everything was manking, right? I give it to him. He went, honest to God, he washed it off, chucked it in his mouth, and fucking walked out and fought. So many times I had bled in that fucking Gum Shield without, honest to God. You know when I got my nose broke and sparring down a warehouse, fucking everything. I must have bled in that 100 times. And then he just handed it to me, like literally walked out, just sort of washed it off again and chucked it in and cracked off. And then brought it back.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I said,
did he go back and just still use it?
He was like, thanks for that.
You keep a mate, that's so well, you keep a mate, it's too
right in the fucking bin, you fucking crazy fool.
So he was up in James DeGale's gaff and everything, like in his house?
Yeah, he basically his mum's his agent.
Right.
So what happened was, when he had the Voodoo Jack fight,
Yeah.
I seen him, obviously lost his 2 front teeth, didn't he? He was too...
Of course he did.
fuck
He did
yeah,
the
yeah,
war, wasn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
When
Mayweather was in the ring with him and all
good
that.
fight.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I took out of him, but it was a good fight. And then, so I seen him with his 2 front teeth missing. I got his, his trainer Jimmy Mack.
Yeah,
I got
of course,
Jimmy Mack Jr. on Facebook.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I thought,
yeah.
I'll chance it. I'll make a play for it. Like, got a few connections, sort of thing. I've got a few photos of, Billy Joe Saunders wearing one, and
of course,
yeah. So I thought I'd just make a play for it.
Yeah.
I said I'd just make these for. And fair dues, he got back to me and he said, I'll have a word with him. Couple of months later, I was sitting now in the in work, like in the lab, and I had a phone call. I was like, who's that? Like, hello. Oh, hello. It's Diane DeGale, James DeGale's mum. I was like,
yeah.
hello? And then I was calling her Mrs. DeGale, wasn't I? Like, I was like, oh, hi, Mrs. DeGale, all right? And I was called her Mrs. DeGale a few times. And I said, oh, you must be really proud of your son. She went, Dan, stop. My name's Diane. It's not Mrs. DeGale.
Yeah.
Like that, like, can you sort us out the gum shield? I was like, yeah, no problem at all, like, no problem at all. But then he'd done a shoulder in.
Yeah.
A shoulder operation then, so it delayed it a little bit longer. Anyway, I went up and eventually sorted it up. Went up to, I don't know where I went, actually, to be honest with you. Can't remember now, but I think it was Hertfordshire, I think, not 100%. But we went up there, took my missus up, went into the house, met his sister, his sister's his PR.
I like that,
PA.
not keeping it all fucking family.
Actually saw his house the other day because they done a documentary on him and Selby, didn't they, for BD Sport? It's called Fighter by Trade.
Yeah.
And I was watching it and he caught the last 50 minutes and they were showing it, him sitting in his house and all that, like quite a nice house and everything.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, nice. So, yeah, I'd sorted him out, give him a few pairs of hand wraps, got a couple of pictures, and then headed back down the M4 sort of thing. That was it.
That's fucking good though.
It's not bad.
Good for them, innit? But it's good for you as well. Like,
yeah.
publicity, like.
Yeah, it was just to have a photo and stuff. As I said, I haven't put the picture up. I know it was a bang-on picture on in Box Nation on Saturday with him just before he started.
Yeah.
But I haven't got HD, see? So I paused it to try and get a photo. It was just blurred. I was like, well, I kept rewinding
Like me watching WrestleMania on long play.
So it just didn't.
But
it didn't happen.
That's the thing. See, as a boxing fan, like we've talked about it before, one of my favourite weekends ever was when we went to the boxing when Liam Williams fought Gary Kokoran, and we went to the weigh-ins on a Friday, and we had ringsides on the Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So on the Friday, I met Bradley Skeet, Nick Blackwell, and. Fuck, who else did I meet on the fucking day? Oh, we saw Selby, Rekindle. Literally, Rekindle was just close to me, like, you know what I mean? And fucking Jazz. And me and my mate, we both love boxing. On the Saturday, we met Anthony Farnell, and we met loads of so that's what I'm saying. For you as a fan, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I also am passionate, and I genuinely want to get involved with boxing. It's just to help out, like, because there's boys up the way I look at this, is. When you got paces, the small sort of valley areas where there's not much up there, and you got a boxer who does well. All that does is, if he does really well, it may not someone want to be a boxer, but someone sees someone doing well in their little community, and it just may spark the initiative in someone else just to change stuff up and stuff. So why not help? That's why I've started sponsoring amateurs, kids coming up, because they got to come up. It's not all about the pros all the time. No. You got to come up from somewhere.
I was thinking about that.
Imagine having that hidden gem that he was sponsored from fucking.
Well, I'm
how fucking satisfying would that be?
Yeah, it's like I went round to a little boy, 9 years old, Troy Hare. He's had 5 exhibition fights because you can't have an actual fight until you're 10. So I sorted him out a pair of gloves and stuff because I've seen him working on the pads and stuff with his dad in the house, and I said, I'll sponsor a 9-year-old. Why not? No one else is going to jump in. I'll jump in there, and it's not going to cost me a huge amount of money. And it's not all about that anyway. It's about they love it, don't they? And they just have a boost it gives to that kid, you know what I mean? At the time, he may not be great. I don't know if he is or not, but I sponsored boys who aren't that great in school or they love sport. And it just sort of gives a bit of oh my god, he's sponsoring all the pros and he sponsored me. Even if I don't
just
think,
the thought of having just even like
they love it. Honestly, I would
say
sponsoring us. Like I would have happily covered the £20 a month cost because I enjoy doing this. So and like Di Owen said the same. it's like, you know, if you enjoy something, what's £20 a month? It's nothing, is it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like I was happy with that. But when you jump in, I'm like, right, yeah, fuck yeah, great. And then we'll give you a shout. And then, you know, like if we ever had any other sponsors, like, you know, it's not like me and him are going to make enough money to make a fucking wage out of it, like, but we would buy better equipment. So instead of just having one mic and an iPad, we could probably go with a few mics.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I'd ever use sponsorship money
Yeah,
for, is
yeah.
to try and improve the quality
Yeah,
of what we're doing.
exactly,
like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
You know, and if not, I'll end up fucking covering the cost myself. Like, do you know what I mean? At a point, I'm going to start going, right, this isn't enough. You know, if you want to improve and you want to progress.
Well, that's
you know?
well. When soon as Tom said, he was like, "Oh, you want to listen to this?" I was like, "Oh, I seen it pop up, but I don't."
But Tom had messaged me. It must have been that day that he spoke to you, because he messaged me on a Saturday morning or something, and I hadn't spoke to Tom for a long time. And
was it when he said, "Oh, I'm listening to your podcast. It's really good." Yeah, that would have been that would be a few days before or something, or the Saturday before, because I was out with him on the Friday, and that's what he said to me. See,
yeah.
So I said, "Oh, fuck that."
I think we must have mentioned it, like joking around, because we were saying about having Chris Ware sponsor us or Ryan Hall or something.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah, he did.
We were nobbling about it. And then Tom's messaged me to say he was listening. Like, it surprises me that people that message me and go, "Oh mate, I love your podcast." And And not some other people. There's a lot of people that I don't know that message me, but there's a lot of people that I know and have known for a long time, but I haven't seen for probably 20 years. Like, they message me, and I go, "Fuck, you're listening? How do you even know about it?" Like, do you know what I mean? That type of thing.
Social media.
And it just baffles me. And Tom was one of those people. Tom was, "Oh, carry on, what are you doing? It's amazing." And we had a little chat back and forth. And I can't even remember what he mentioned, but I'm sure he might have mentioned something about, I think I can sort out a sponsor. Maybe he did, or maybe he didn't. I'm not sure. Like, but
because I let the boys lights out use the unit in down on Bottle Wine Street. So you know, and Di's been up. I was obviously on it. I think it was the first guest. I think.
Second, it was. The first guest. I think it was episode 2.
And then
episode 3.
And then because I sponsor a couple of bare knuckle fighters.
Sean George, which is actually one of my favourite.
I co-hosted that one. Well, I was there. He was in my house, like, so I was just sort of butted in now and again, sort of like, and let him go on with it. Like, but I think that's how Lily has got his first bare knuckle fight, because he thought, I want a bit of this. Like,
well, I can go in.
Yeah.
Paddy's jibbed it.
I'm
not saying fuck all.
I can't get a fucking Saturday off work.
When is it?
January the 14th.
Is that the one with Sean George's world title fight on that one?
I have no idea. I know Lily's on it.
Yeah,
I know
think it is one. Is it? Where? I know. Is it in London?
It's in London. It's in the O2.
Yeah, that's the one then. Yeah. I like Sean. He's top. He works.
He came across like a nice guy.
I tell you what. This is why when he come to the lab or Shield. He's a digger. So he works on the diggers. Like, I said, come up now. All right, come on then. He come up. I got chatting to him, and he's quite a profound sort of, when he's speaking to him, my eyes were like, because I love boxing, and bare knuckle, I was like, who's this lunatic who's coming up there? You know, he walks in, like, tattoos all over him, like, you know, sitting down, right, bat, you know, and he's really sound boy, like, and soon as, you know, when sometimes you got a connection straight away. So I went up to the gym. I was meant to be doing I was going to write a sort of article for him on Dragons boxing.
Yeah.
And this is why he got on the podcast, because I had a sort of a tick for tack. I almost signed a contract with the WABA, the Welsh Amateur Boxing Association, and they done a bare knuckle, so I didn't release it. So that's how, when I didn't sign the contract, I got him on the podcast, because I wanted to. I told him I'd put him out there.
Get his story out there.
I wanted to get his story out there, because I tell you what, he's cracking, and he works. You see him, he's up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and he works his balls off, and he really truly believes that he's a warrior, like, and he's a really nice boy, like.
What I hadn't realised was I'd actually seen at least one of his fights, if not two, because after I listened to that podcast which you were on with Sean George, and obviously with Di, Lily wasn't there, was he?
No, I wasn't there, Lily.
And after I listened to it, I went straight on YouTube, and I've seen a load of bare knuckle for the BKB, for the same ones. And I clicked on, I put Sean George in, and I think it was the first 7 o'clock was him versus John Spencer. Now, I'd already seen it, because John Spencer has fought for Budo, and I'd gone back to watch John Spencer's and Sean George drops him with a body shot and wins the fight, I think, in the first round. And that's when I go, fuck yeah. And then you can put a face to the podcast. I was like, oh yeah. You know. So I realised that, and I watched at least 2, and I watched another one after that. Like, he's proper game, isn't he?
Proper game guy. Yeah, he's not. Don't get me wrong. I think he won't mind me saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not the best boxer in the world, sort of thing, because boxing and bare knuckle is different.
Game,
It is different, but I think you've got to be a bit tighter, if you're bare knuckle, because one shot, boom, that's all it's going to take, that's all it's going to take. And I don't know what, I can't remember the fight he lost. Lost a title fight, but because the guy he was fighting was an ex-pro Commonwealth level champion, which is decent.
It's a elite level fight.
He broke his I think he broke his nose and two of his eye sockets that fight.
Sideways.
But he said, I would have rather taken the headshots than the body shots. Yeah. So he was just he had his elbows tucked in the whole fight and just was prepared to try and, even if you're catching the shot, do you know what I mean? With bare knuckle, it doesn't matter if you're catching the shot. You're going to glove.
Well, you're going to catch on your hand.
You're going to catch on your hand. You're going to do damage to your hand, or the force is going to keep literally. Yeah. So he smashed him up like. But he had fight of the night, I think, and fight of the year for that. Yeah. It went the full round. He's a good, I like him. He's a lot. In fact, the whole, where he trains up the Freaks Gym in Abertillery, or just off Abertillery, Blackwood Way, they're all really sound up there. If you've seen the gloves on the Freaks of the Ring promotion, well, that's where he trains. See, up the Freaks with Jenko. Mark Jenko, he's another good story behind why he got involved with what he does as well. I mean, they're all really sound boys up there. So
we had talked about, because obviously we've been helping out with Budo for a while now, and we talked about we went to Bama a year, 18 months ago. We went to Bama when Marley Swindles fought up there. Yeah. And that was a huge card. It's when they had all the world champions fight all the British champions. So like Mark Diakisi, who was in the UFC, he fought now, and it was a big show. Colin Freak Show Fletcher, I don't know if you know him. He was in the UFC for a bit. So we had gone up and we'd had this great night out up there, and then we said we got to do this again. So when we were looking at dates for this and that, and I heard then that podcast with the bare knuckle, and I said to the boys, we got to go to this bare knuckle. We've got to go. You know what I mean? I started taking them with more interest in it. So we were just looking for a date to go, and then we had always said we were going to bare knuckle, and then obviously then Lily, the fucking maniac, decides he's going to do fucking bare knuckle. You know, it is. You know what? It would probably suit him down the ground because he can take a shot. Yeah. You know, he was just taking from comedy in the last bout. He was taking clean knees. He was. Face. Yeah, I've seen that. You know what I mean? And they weren't flinching him. It was the body work that was fucking hurting him. But I don't think he'll have any easy scrap up there, will he?
No, they're all game. They're all pretty game, but
I think that's what he fucking wants.
Yeah, he wants to scrap.
Yeah. I mean, and then Sean said, he said to me, bring your missus up and stuff. I was like, because she don't like it. She wanted, I know. It's like, I want to date up with bare knuckle.
On Saturday, babe. She's thinking Gallini's, Bouchon Rossi, bare knuckle boxing. Fucking hell, sorry, love. I'll pass on that. Like, I know. So, she's after a bottle of Zinfandel and maybe an early night. You know what I mean? Break out the red panties. You know what I mean? We don't want to see Lily fucking having a fucking broken eye socket.
Break out the fucking claret.
Yeah.
So I said, leave it for now, but I'm going to try and get that with myself because I know there's no trouble in. It started off in like a tent in the field, sort of. Yeah. It's gone.
Well, I saw them ones. They were literally they were in like fucking Chester or something in like what looked like a football ground with a ring. Basically in the middle and seating around it. It was proper old school Lenny McLean. Where he fights Gypsy Joe Bradshaw and shit.
Stepping on his head and
man mountain fucking shit and all that. It's like proper. Speaking of that, do you know what I watched this week? Literally fucking 2 days ago. My Name is Lenny, the film.
It's great, it's great.
It's not as good as the documentary. Have you seen the documentary with his son?
Oh, sorry, My Name is Lenny is the actual film with Bisping in it as well.
Yeah.
Like I think it was on about.
No, that's the governor.
His son is in it.
The governor is a documentary,
which is great,
which is real good. But I watched My Name is Lenny, which is the film, which is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm entertained. I'll watch any shit like that. But I don't think it's as good as a documentary. Like Bisping's Bisping's Roy Shaw, and so all you got to do is be Bisping.
Be a bit fucking mad. Like Roy Shaw was locked up in Dartmoor.
They gave electric shock.
They was injecting him in just under the eye, like to fucking. I don't know what the fuck it was to pacify him and that. Yeah. And he's lucky to come out alive. Really. Like he's a proper funny farm.
He said he was a proper cuckoo psychopath. Like, and what I didn't realise was in the film. Do they talk about his losses in the film? They don't. what I did was I Wikipedia'd it, right? Lenny McLean. Now, I've read The Governor, the book.
Yeah.
I've seen multiple things on YouTube. I've watched the documentary, The Governor. I watched the film. They don't talk about him losing except for the first Roy Shaw loss where he gets stopped.
Yeah.
Right? He lost like a number of fights.
Yeah, of course he did.
He lost
quite
a few. He lost quite a few. And he got stopped a couple of times as well.
It was one, I can't remember the guy's name.
He was proper tough bloke coming down from away. And
exactly.
beat him up, and stuff.
Yeah, I've read his book. It was the one when he beat he went to New York, didn't he?
That's it.
And they left early because they thought they were going to get done.
Yeah, yeah.
So they left the hotel and said, let's just go now.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
You always, that's exactly right. But you always wonder, like, when you look reading these books, you always wonder where the...
you get the full story.
Where the fiction comes into it, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
None of that, now, you would think that they'd mention that in the film, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And that's never mentioned in the film, see? Because that's, like, a cracking part of the myth of Lenny McLean. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure he's a right fucking actor.
Yeah, yeah.
The
problem is when you're having hundreds of fights, there's more chance of you losing.
Of course.
If he's having 6 fights, he's 600
exactly.
And he's talking fighting twice a week and twice a month.
They said he was battering people in the street, but think how big he was. He was a guy who was a fucking monster. Right? So he's bound to be beating people up in the street. But when he fought Roy Shaw was an ex-pro.
Yeah.
And was like fit, ready. And Lenny McLean walked off the street, was been drinking and shit like that. And he got his ass beat. You know, when he beat Roy Shaw.
He actually trained, didn't he?
Have
you seen in the documentary? He's training in a fucking garage, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what they show in the
shed, like, you know, fucking...
They're proper, he's taking it serious.
He beat him twice, didn't he?
Yeah.
He beat him twice?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Well, no, the first one, they count it as a draw, because if you remember, he smashes Roy Shaw and he stamps all over him while he's on the floor. So they just like no contest. But the one,
who's the daddy?
Yeah.
Who's the daddy? On the
who's the governor?
Who's the governor?
But the one he actually wins, where he got Roy Shaw in a corner and he smashes him with about fucking 18 unorthodox before the referee decides to fucking save Roy Shaw from death. That's the one they class as an actual win.
Yeah.
Which you can find out on YouTube.
And he kick fuck out this fucking gypsy, didn't he?
Yeah.
The
gypsy nuts him, didn't he?
Yeah.
And fucking, he just wipes it off. He wipes the blood off, goes and borrows Ryan's gum shield, chucks it in and then kicks fuck out of the gypsy like fucking. Speaking of fucking like, talk about him fighting the gypsies, how the fuck do you get involved in the Furies?
Oh, right, yeah. Well, basically, it just turns out by pure coincidence. Another Brimmill Bishop Goldboy, my brother's best mate, has done really well for himself. So he's a backer of promotes Hennessy Sports.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it turns out. So he usually doesn't do business with people he knows.
That's a good fucking. Yeah. That's a good story for life.
Like sort of. When he had seen sort of all the gum shields with all the pros and stuff like that, he said, "Oh look, why don't you look at coming up and sorting out Huey's?" You know, he was fighting for a world title. I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to do it. I want Tyson Fury. I love Bo's been a big Tyson Fury fan. I think he beats.
You're in the right company.
Yeah. So I've always loved since I watched the McDermott fight.
Yes,
I was like that in Tyson Fury's class. Big guy, footwork, whatever. And anyway, I was. So he calls me up and he says, "Why don't you come up then? You know, next week." So I hadn't heard from him. He was like, "He's come up Friday." This was on the Thursday now. I said, I haven't heard from him, so I don't want to bother, you know what I mean?
Drive all the way up there.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I don't want to bother anyone. She phones me up, "You still coming tomorrow?" Yeah, right then, no problem. Do you know what I mean? So he said, meet me at David Hayes' camp. He gives me the address. So I go.
You're not in like a lock up in the middle of...
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a lock up in the middle of, I don't know if it's East London or whatever.
Well, that's when he was with Booth, isn't it?
No, he's it's his own camp. This
one.
Right,
I got it.
So it is in a lock up actually. Funny enough, it's got no signs on. It's proper, secluded. So it's down an alleyway, like.
Right, yeah.
By the Plaza Hotel, because he's sponsored.
Of course, he's always in the Plaza.
Yeah, he's sponsored with the Plaza. See, I didn't know until I got it. Because he lives on the penthouse in the Plaza. They sponsor him to live in the penthouse.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's not bad.
And it's literally.
That's what we can aim for. Maybe one day the Plaza sponsors.
Griffiths John used to fucking want to do that with me, like, he'd live on the top street, with all the junkies and all that. And that guy was dressed as Spider-Man, climbed onto the roof.
But the lifts weren't working. Paddy wasn't prepared to climb 12 floors.
So I go to the Hay camp, and there's literally a little open up there. Who's that?
Yeah.
Come on, I met the Huey Fury and Peter Mack, who's three-time Irish champion, 3 different weights. and the Chantal, the girl.
Chantal Cameron.
Who went to...
She just fought this...
Yeah, exactly. So she went, she was just flying out to the Mayweather camp. So I meant to do her Gumz shield, but she shot off after training real quick. So went to the Hay camp where Boyce is there, was it? Joe Boyce? Joe Joyce for Boyce.
Sorry, I said he was fucking 19.
No, Joe
19 and white, yeah. Was 19 and a gypsy.
And Linars was training in there, so I was like, Linars was looking like a beast. Like, I thought he would stop Campbell, he was looking like a beast, like, but obviously Campbell did really well. So I watched a sort of. I didn't get many pictures because they said no social media, so I didn't really want to.
That's fair enough.
I did take a couple of snaps.
You don't want to be that guy, do you? In the box
exactly. So I did take a couple of snaps and I had a picture with Joyce and Linares, my missus, and stuff like that. He wasn't there at the time. He was in Greece apparently. So I did they did the moulds in the Plasma Hotel with Mick Hennessy was there, Huey Fury, Peter Fury, the trainer. Yeah. So I was like, oh, well, we can do the moulds too. Oh, I'll do it here. You know, everyone's eating lunch in the Plaza Hotel, dribbling over. no one's going to come over.
The Gumz was worse than the one Ryan gives that boy.
So you've got to take their mould. They're going to sort of dribble over. So they're taking their own moulds and they're all dribbling over the table. And I was thinking, Plasma Hotel, like everyone's eating lunch, business people around, but got it done and then just nip back, like, and that's how I got involved with the Huey Fury. And then me and my missus went ringside then and watched him. We were literally 2 rows back, like, there's people messaging me, oh, you got a good seat then, and stuff like that.
All you see is the flat cap, innit?
Yeah,
blinders are in.
So, it was good. I met Tyson Fury as well.
Good laugh.
Well, he was, it was brief, brief. We just had a photo with him and stuff. And
didn't start singing the
theme But he was so big, because obviously his footwork is so good.
Yeah.
Their footwork, when I watched Huey Fury spar Joyce, they did 8 rounds, and his footwork's class, like, hit the knock, get hit, and he's perfect for that. I thought he won that fight against Partner as well.
I thought he did.
I thought it was a bit sort of, I thought he won it comfortably.
He wasn't aggressive.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes,
they
say you've got to take the belt.
But what I was shocked about it proper spun my head, like, because I was there, I seen it. I was like, disgusting decision. It was obvious. It looked like he didn't get hit. When he ringside, it was totally different. When I watched it on TV, it was a lot closer. It was mad how different it looks. I was like, I didn't want to. I said to my missus, I'm never going to another boxing event again. I thought I knew a bit about boxing. But he's so widely lost, 8 rounds loss. He lost by 110, 118. I was baffled. I was like, am I a twat? Am I just like, am I not seeing something
I think that was a bad choice.
Hennessy had a bit of a fucking slate, and then he
did. He said about the alley.
The shades of equivalent of alley.
But honestly,
he was wound up when he.
Yeah,
he's just seen his fucking boy. He's invested a lot of money in the last 10 years.
That's exactly.
Lose. Yeah. Contentious decision. And then.
But in the 11th round, there was people coming over to him, congratulating him, he was shaking people's hands, and it looked obvious. Well, honestly now, boys, I'm not saying it because I'm a Fury's fan or because he's, I sorted him out and I met them and they're good boys. If I genuinely thought he'd lost, I'd been like, I lost, but you saw the celebrations at the end, everyone piled in the ring, didn't they? And they knocked together, everyone's like, what?
Have you ever seen
It was weird, like, he wasn't aggressive enough, but he worked off the jab, he was like picking off, bam, bam, switch hitting, lovely, beautiful to watch, like, and just use the ring, because at the end of the day, you're not going to plant your feet in front of a puncher.
No.
Simple as that.
That's the only way Parker wins.
And that's and because Parker's not the biggest heavyweight in the world either, to be fair. He just used his range, popped him loads of times, and I did not see him take that many shots at all. And when he didn't get the decision, I was just like, because we had ringside to go backstage, NC. Well, I'm not going back.
Not if they lost, like.
Do you know what I mean? I did. Well, where's the party at, boys? Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, no, shut up. You'd still be out with them now. It's fucking better. Like, all of them was together when it parked.
Exactly. They had a good drink together, but he said, "Oh, you and the missus go backstage. You go back in the changing room. You got passes." And it's not for me to be in that position where his team's just been robbed. I felt, and I was like, "Well, I'd love to Al, if he got the win and stuff, but." It's not. I'm not a taggle on. Like I'm just gonna be like, oh, where's the champagne?
Oh, I'd have been fucking in there.
Do you know
Can
what
you
I mean?
remember the...
Cracking the champagne up when you're all fucking whinging.
Well, this is an 8-year-old Gary Lockett wine, this is. I remember the De Gale Groves fight, like, in the ring, like, Jimmy Mack is saying to De Gale, like, we got this, mate, we got it, like, you know, I've seen scorecards, and then De Gale's face, and when he goes into fucking Groves, is like...
Well, the big difference in that was, watching that fight, I scored that fight, and it was the same with Cleverly and Bellew, the first fight. I had him like even going into the last. So I thought whoever wins the last wins the fight. So I had De Gale by a round against Groves, but I never felt like he was cheated out of the win, if you know what I mean.
I had it by a round actually, funny enough as well.
And with Bellew and Cleverly, I had Cleverly by a round beating Bellew, which actually I think was the score.
It was quite wide though, wasn't it? One of them.
They always won this fucking really
mad, isn't it? Like,
But, you know, those two, when you're looking at it, they were like, you know, they were almost robbed. Do you know what I mean? You know, it wasn't like a fucking robbery.
Well, obviously, it was Nathan actually. Nathan, I met Nathan, obviously we sorted Nathan out, and obviously we've done Liam was the main sort of British Commonwealth champion, you know. He was the main one, but we've done Nathan as well. Come to us actually in Cardiff. I woke up one day. I thought it was the boxing WhatsApp going off. Oh, who's that now? Looked at it. It was Nathan Cleverly. Oh, can I come and see you? I was like, oh, brilliant. I've always been a Cleverly fan as well. I've liked his story, you know, being smart.
And we've gone from Cleverly's biggest hater last week.
So
Cleverly fan is,
you know, I like his style, punches and bunches sort of thing, like, you know, and I thought he'd done really, to be fair, he's had, you know, British, Commonwealth, European, world champion.
Yeah, great career, mate.
You know,
brilliant career.
Do you know what I mean?
Can't do more than that.
No,
exactly.
world champion.
You know,
world champion.
It was Harry, basically how we got Cleverly was Harry Miles messaged me on Facebook. He used to be...
He's at Merthyr boy.
Yeah, he used to be in he
was in Enzo Kazaki's.
Yeah, he was in Enzo's, and Kazaki's. So I thought, oh, it's Harry Miles in Enzo. So I looked through his Facebook pictures, and I seen a charity boxing football event with Cleverly, and I seen like, a couple of pictures of Cleverly. I thought, I said, Harry, if you get Cleverly in, I'll sort you out for nothing. You know, you have Shields forever. You know, so he was like all over it then. Apparently he's Cleverly said to me when he came in, he's like, oh, right tight bastard. He was right all over that, like. So that's what I said. If you get him to contact me, you can have it, like. So that's what happened. That's where we go. But I met Nathan. He's obviously retired now. He's, you know, Harry said he's got like 20 homes in Cardiff where he rents out.
That's how he can.
And he doesn't need to, you know, he doesn't need to fight.
Need to take punches,
and I think that's what showed in the last fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he just sort of he was a bit of a different fighter. You could see he's a tough guy, like.
Oh, the charity football do. I'm sure I've seen. It's fucking brilliant. They had like a charity football do. I'm sure Cleverly was in it. I might have been wrong, but it was like might have been Cleverly, Enzo Mack, Calzaghe, and that Serge from Kasabian, right?
Oh yeah.
Mate, what a team. You've got fucking...
That's Serge can play,
mate, Serge is like fucking... Serge is a bit of a player, like. Yeah. So you've got Serge, who can play football, and you've got three of the hardest cunts in Britain. Mate, I'm sorry, give him the fucking trophy. You know what I mean? If you're marking Enzo Macronelli up front, I'm sorry, he's going to be worse than Big Duncan Ferguson, isn't he? You know what I mean? Just give him the fucking trophy. They ain't going to lose fuck.
That's Serge's running. Serge's running around like George Archie.
Yeah.
He's not worried about getting tackled.
Exactly, mate. Fucking hell. Yeah, fuck guy. Fuck, that's a hell of a fucking sight.
But we had Adam Farrell on last week, and he caused a bit of controversy, right? Because he had fought James Todd, right, going back a while ago in Newport. I never saw a fight. Paddy never saw a fight. Actually, until Adam mentioned it last week, I forgot that they'd even fought. It was only when he mentioned it that I remembered, because I remember seeing the result and seeing that James had won. So Adam said... And obviously we don't know because we're under no control of what Adam's going to say. Adam said that he thought he won the fight, and in a shower afterwards, James said that he thought Adam won the fight. So I think no more of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. I did see something go up actually.
Yeah,
I did see
right.
it. Yeah.
So Toddy put up, and quite rightly, I think.
He had every fucking right. In all fairness, like I said, we didn't even think about it.
No, I didn't even give it a second thought.
But then, when you do sit back and think about it, the fucking guy got a right to reply, like, by all, he got a fucking point, because he's
And this is why I'm bringing it up.
So he's hearing his name mentioned, fucking hell, someone said he didn't win a round, and he would see his point, he's thinking, well, in fact, he's probably thinking, cheeky cunts, he fucking mentioned my fucking name, and I won the fucking fight.
You can't be mentioned and expect any walk of life, any comeback, or whatever.
No. So, like you say, if I'd have seen the fight, which I never have, and I disagreed with Adam, I would have said to Adam, but without seeing the fight.
Well, I saw the documentary, because I remember that's how I know that Addy Miles, it was following Enzo Calzaghe, and it was fucking brilliant. It was on a few weeks, I think, and I think Toddy Enzo Calzaghe's documentary. It followed Toddy for a bit. In all fairness, Toddy moved up to where they from, Blackwood, isn't it?
Is that New Bridge?
I'm sure Toddy moved up there, and he was following Toddy for a bit. Fucking brilliant. Tell come out with it fucking brilliant. Was Addy Miles come out with really good. Kerry Hope come out with it fucking amazing because he sold. I like Kerry Hope. He was always on the verge of British level. Fought Darren Barker and got fucking got pasted like that. Kerry Hope come out this documentary, amazing, he sold a load of tickets, but then he got pulled out of the fight and he had to give tickets back and he was there with money, it was good, but like I said, the fight was on that documentary. I remember the fight and I remember Adam Fowler losing, but it didn't show the full fight, so you couldn't really see it, so he had a point,
So because I saw it on, because he messaged the Ambition is Critical Twitter, which I run. And I don't know James that well. I know, Liam. I played football with Liam for a lot of my life, so I know Liam. I played football against Chris. I've met James, and I know him to say hello to and ask about that.
Nice boys. He's
totally fine. Yeah, no problem. So James messaged the Facebook Twitter, the Twitter, sorry, and I retweeted it because obviously then put it out there so anyone who'd listen to the podcast would see what James had to say, and obviously he messaged Paddy on Facebook. So. Then you feel guilty then, do you know what I mean?
I felt fucking terrible.
I'm sitting there
we haven't said fuck.
No, we didn't say
he's a nice boy,
How many fights they had?
They just had the one as pros.
Right. We should have another one in the next fight.
But the thing was, I was like, fucking hell, I hope that don't look bad. It's the first time this have happened since, because we've talked some shit since we fucking started the podcast. This is the first time where someone has sort of gone, I don't know. But obviously, it was fuck all to do with us. I was thinking back, I didn't say anything. I didn't even see the fucking fight. But
you had to slag people.
No, I had to slag. I got to be honest.
We're here to talk about football. Get someone into hear someone's story.
And I don't think that actually Adam didn't actually slag James off. He just said what he thought. Rightly or wrongly, that's between James and the people who saw the fight. I didn't fucking see it, so I can't fucking say. He did quite get stuck into Nathan Cleverly, did he?
Yeah, he won happy with Cleverly.
Why is that?
I think it's a personal thing.
Yeah, and he's like Adam, he's a good boy Adam. He's probably a little bit disrespectful to Enzo Calzaghe, because I should have mentioned it last week, he was having a bit of a pop at Enzo. What he said was a monkey could have trained
Joe
Calzaghe. No, I've been to Bristol Zoo, I've seen a lot of monkeys, right? I think.
Yeah, but he
not even Caesar from Planet Apes.
Let me tell you, ignore the Joe Calzaghe, right? There was a time where in that gym,
Gavin Rees,
Joe Calzaghe was world champion. Enzo Mack is fucking world champion. Gavin Rees is world champion. Was Clevs with him?
Clevs started when he went off.
So say Clevs was world champion, might not be the same time.
He did go off.
Sure, they had 4 or 5. The guy had trainer of the year.
Yeah, he did.
Ring Magazine trainer of the year. He ain't giving that to no fucking orangutan. The fucking guy. He come and he was a singer and he won a boxing trainer by trade when he started out. But who look at all that? As good as Calzaghe was, you still got to give instructions in the corner. And maybe the fact that he was his fucking boy. I remember a guy called Darky Smith. I think he was a gypsy and he was trained by his own man. And fucking he got in the ring once to fucking start a fight with the other guy. But maybe that worked for Calzaghe. Having the emotion of his own man.
Yeah.
Some people that worked. It must have worked. Calzaghe could have gone and trained in any gym in the world, but he trained in that fucking tin shed on the bottom
Yeah,
of the hill
yeah.
in fucking in Newbridge. Like, it fucking worked. Like, Kazagi's fucking, how many, 40 odd and all.
Yeah.
He had a perfect career, like,
46,
perfect.
46 and 0,
You know,
32 stopped.
Enzo's the best boxer to come out Swansea. World champion. Only world champion. You know what I mean? You can't tell me the guy, Enzo Kazagi didn't do something for this. He's fucking really highly successful.
I think some people is also, it's a way like you put positivity in someone, I've been around amateur gyms, people who never box around in their lives.
Yeah.
On pads, really good, the way they speak to the fighters, and there's a really, they're successful gyms, and I don't think it's sometimes when a fighter's been there, and they've been in the corner, and they've been punched, I think there is a bit of a clash of someone who hasn't been there as well.
Yeah.
I think there is that, because I've seen both sides, and I've spoken to both sides, I've seen, you heard both sides of the story, but I think anyone can do anything if they put their mind to it, if you believe that much into something, because there's detail in it. If you're seeing something that maybe someone will fight, it's like a good footballer doesn't make a good manager.
No, that's absolutely true. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't.
If that was the case, Roy Keane would be the best manager. It's about handling players.
I think he took Sunderland up. He got built on like maybe his reputation initially.
Yeah,
Where was Roy Keane? Because they went from bottom to they won the league, didn't they?
Yeah.
That year, so.
Yeah, like I say, Jose Mourinho wasn't that great a fucking
The
footballer.
interpreter. It was his dad who was the manager.
I'm laughing at fucking Mourinho's doing my fucking head in.
He's a big
like, he's slagged off City for celebrating in the change rooms, right?
You've seen the other
I don't think I've seen a manager worse than Mourinho for
celebrating,
for rubbing in people's faces, like running down the fucking
he
line
done it with
against
Porto
United.
when they beat Man United.
Yeah.
There was a fucking
that
thing
that
on
brought
Twitter.
him onto the scene,
There
didn't
was
it?
a thing on Twitter yesterday showing him, Real Madrid manager, when they beat Barca.
With the keeper's trying to fucking
keep him. Who was the keeper at the time? Valdez, Victor Valdez, the Barcelona keeper.
Yeah.
He's trying to pull him away from going like this to the Barcelona fans.
Yeah.
So you can't give me that shit. What are you trying to do? You were talking about on TalkSport today, is he's done that running, because they had a scrap in the change room, didn't they?
Yeah, you heard someone chuck the glass of milk at him.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck's that all about?
What he's done is he's already causing a distraction from the fact that his team got dominated.
Yeah,
I know they only lost 2-1. It was 2-1, right? Yeah, they lost 2-1. But they got schooled
outclassed
by Man City. So he's caused a distraction. So it takes away from the fact his team is inadequate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not like he just started managing the team 3 weeks ago. He's had a team now for way over a year. You're coming up to 18 months. You know what I mean? He should be closer to Man City, really, if he's that great a fucking manager. But on the other hand, Guardiola, who I think on the first podcast, we got into it about calling him fucking fraudiola and all this fucking nonsense. Completely now have changed my fucking view altogether. He's cool as a fucking cucumber, dressed like fucking governor on the sideline. He needs a flat cap now, he'll be alright. And he's obviously got Man City performing at a fucking level which we may not have seen in the Premier League before.
Have you seen his team's work rate?
Well, you only had to look at fucking last night's game.
Never mind last week's game. I'm talking about Sunday, right? Know the closing down that they're doing, like from people like De Bruyne and fucking Sterling. They are fucking busting a gut, which in all fairness, I think he built the Barcelona team on that as well, didn't he? Yeah. He'd see Messi, he'd lose the ball. The plan was, I know I read somewhere that he'd always say the plan was 14 seconds to get the ball back. That's what it is like. Yeah. If you centre forward worth fucking £60 million,
you can do some running.
You can do some running, like you can do some tracking back. And the Man City side he got now, it's just non-stop fucking running. It just when you lose the ball, they are fucking priming. It's not to step back, it's to win the fucking ball back as high up as possible as well. Like.
That's why it was like hot potato with us last night. We just could not keep the fucking ball. And I felt sorry for Boney because Boney was the one. Did you watch any of the game?
Yeah,
I watched the first half. I couldn't take no more. My man flu was fucking crippling me. And we were 2-0 down, so I went to bed. But he was winning a ball and he was giving it, and it was like hot potato. And a lot of that is to do with the fact that the pressure Man City were putting on us. You know, we 20 yards from our own goal. And we fucking constantly under pressure. Whereas when they've got the ball, we're not pressurising them. Danny Murphy, they made a big thing of it on Match of the Day last night about how much time, space, and everything Man City had on the ball. Yeah. So they were saying like, look at it. It's like they're 3-0 up, and it's like an exhibition game. They're going beep, 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 and they've had a shot and it's gone wide. You know, so we weren't anywhere near them. So I know as good as they are. you know, we didn't take one fucking booking.
Well,
No, surely there's a point, right? If you're playing, you know they're better than you. You're gonna just boot some twat up in the air, like, because your head's gone, right? That's the fucking game, innit? You're gonna go, oh fuck me! I know I'm not gonna get that ball, but I'm gonna fucking clatter that guy. Fuck it, I've had a titful. They didn't even do that.
Well, it was 831 pounds. We hate the fucking stats. Yeah, fuck the stats. However, this fucking tickled me instead.
Yeah.
City had 831 passes in the game, and Swans had 12 tackles.
Yeah.
Now, how the fuck can you go 90 minutes with just 12 tackles? That's fucking bad. That's like a tackle every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, you haven't got the ball. So if they got the ball, surely you should have fucking... You should be tackling them as much as you fucking can.
I know we've said fuck the stats, but the Swans are like literally making us go back to the stats this year. Like the 10 goals below, 10 shots below the worst shots of all time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Which was fucking last week. So now we've got 12 tackles in a 90-minute game where you're chasing the ball for 90 minutes. Where's the fucking desire to win the fucking ball? Or at least give someone a fucker. Did you see Ashley Young give fucking Sterling a kick?
Yes, I'm a big fan of that. Mate, I'm a massive fan of that. Like,
right.
Sterling's taking a piss, fucking smash him into fucking ringside seats with fucking Dan.
Did you see it then? Right.
What's that?
This is a Man City game on the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Sterling,
I haven't seen the game.
They were 2-1 up, and Sterling, it's like a minute from the end or 2 minutes from the end, and Sterling got the ball in the corner, and he's holding someone off, and he's rolling the ball back, and he's doing all this, and he's just keeping the ball from him. So Ashley Young have obviously gone, oh fuck this, and he's just run over and just smashed his legs out from under him. No attempt to play the ball, just completely volleyed him up in the air. I went like, fuck.
That's exactly what I'm brilliant. Big fan of that.
That is brilliant, because sometimes you just gotta, if someone's being a cunt, you just gotta give him a kick, innit? That's what we haven't got, no fucking team. So now, Ashley Young would be the most aggressive player in our fucking team. That's saying something, because he's not like that. Do you know what I mean? You know, we just haven't got that in the fucking locker.
Especially coming after, like it was a scrappy win against West Brom, wasn't it? But it was a win. They fucking take it, like...
This time
any like sort of momentum we'd have had from winning that game has fucking probably gone now, because we were so fucking...
Well, this time last week, last week when we were talking, if we were here now this week, we'd gone, look, we'll have 3 points from 6. Would you be happy with that?
Yeah, of course we would.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking happy with it. But at the same time, like I watched large part of the West Brom game. I didn't see it all because I didn't get in until about 3:30 for my boys' football. And then I watched half last night. I couldn't watch anymore because I knew it was only going to be it was going to be an exhibition game and just more goals from Man City.
It was like a pre-season friendly, wasn't it?
It wasn't the performances you want to see, even though we got a result. Like, do you know what I mean? From the first.
Yeah,
game.
they don't look great, do they? I think they're not scoring goals. They're not. I was down the bad. I've been down the bad a couple of times watching. I met my old man down there in Sandfield, and the stats were coming up.
He's here selling chickens out of his boots.
There was no shots on target. Like
even last week against West Brom, and West Brom were fucking smelling, absolutely fucking terrible.
I think after like 70 minutes they
scored 75th minute. We had a shot. AU cut in from the side, and he took a shot. It was actually a good save from Ben Foster down at near post. We didn't score. Probably I think it was 8 minutes after that. But that's 75 minutes into a game against a terrible side. West Brom, right? I've got like 7 points from 28 or some shit like that. They're on an awful run.
Yeah.
Newcastle have only had 1 point from the last 21, and that was against us. Right, okay? All these sides have
got to be a dogfight, isn't it? It's got to be a dogfight.
Do you know,
football ain't going to win no awards.
Do you know previously I've said there's no way I said on a podcast, there's no way we stay up, we won't get 20 points. It's only when I started, I've seen Huddersfield, they're fucking terrible. I've seen Palace, they weren't much better, but they will get better, Palace, because Odshawn is a decent manager, and they got decent players.
Everton, forget about them, they've gone
on. West Brom are fucking, right, they were fucking crap. How Liverpool fucking drew with them last night. Knocked me out the last man standing, the fucking scouse pricks. So that's another fucking thing. How they drew with them, because West Brom are terrible. But there's a lot of shit sides down there is what I'm getting at. We may not be as cut adrift as I
Well, you think if they win 2 on the bounce, I was looking hardly unlikely, but you got up to like 16th.
Yeah.
Win 2 on the bounce.
That's the only hope. But it is sad that every year the hope is there's 3 worst teams and they're like, God, the fucking life for that.
But it's been a bit, he looks, what was it, Burnley game, wasn't it? The 2-0 they lost, I watched the Clements, isn't it?
Yeah.
The geezer give the after match, he just looked demoralised. Like literally, like nothing's there.
Oh, he's not as demoralised as the fans.
Well, look at like
You know.
I just mentioned fucking two teams are like polar opposites at the minute. Like Burnley are
Top
our
four,
level,
you know.
right?
Yeah.
Burnley are like the type of team that should be our level, like same sort of stuff. Well, I think we're actually bigger than Burnley. Would you say?
I said it yesterday. It's a tale of two clubs. One club run correctly, and one club run corruptly. There's no way Burnley have any more money than we've got, right? And I mean,
I'd say less.
right. So over the last period of time they've been in the Premier League, how come they are fourth, right, and we are bottom? If they have got, let's say, even give them identical fucking, and that's doing them. I think that's doing them a favour by saying they got identical finances. As they didn't just sell two players, and I know they sold Michael Keane for whatever that was, but we sold Sigurdsson and Llorente for big money.
Yeah.
We've been selling players for big money for years, right? So how come we are bottom of the league and they are fourth? Because one club is run properly.
Yeah, he knows why, doesn't it? Sean Dyche.
Yeah, he's been there
No, Sean Dyche is given the keys to the city, basically.
Yeah.
The team behind Sean Dyche say, you run the club, football-wise, like. You know what I mean? He ain't got to fucking think about upstairs. Sean Dyche is given carte blanche to do whatever the fuck he wants, football-wise. They have a couple of injuries. The players come in, do as well as the players who are in the starting 11 every week, because they fight for him.
Yeah.
They all
Yeah,
when he was a player, he was no
Yeah.
nonsense, he was gutsy as fuck, and he drills his players are quite similar to the way he was as a player, like, but they'll all play for him. But he ain't got to worry then about upstairs fucking bringing in fucking players. He's left to run the football side, which is what a manager
That's
should
the way
be
it
about.
should be
like,
as
you
And
know.
when they went down, he kept with them, didn't he? And he
Yeah,
went back
yeah,
up
of course,
again.
yeah,
So
and they
that's
stuck
also
with
the
him.
Yeah,
loyalty,
it goes
like.
two ways,
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
it? You know what I mean? But like like say we could go with Klopp now. Like at the weekend,
He had a mare.
he had a fucking nightmare. He dropped his two
Yeah,
of his
I
best
know,
players,
yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
put on the bench in a fucking derby. Now you
Trying
got
to take the
you've
piss.
got to understand. Yeah, take the piss. We can beat them with our best
Second
15,
string,
second
yeah.
string. But you've got to think now, as fans now, these people fucking. Like the two derbies, like these fuckers got to go to work with the Everton fans
Yeah.
on a Monday. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like a Klopp.
yeah.
I think he can just fucking play Championship manager. He dropped his behind the Man United game. The Everton game was the biggest game of the year for the proper Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
It's different for the people coming from fucking Hong Kong and Finland.
Yeah.
They got no affinity with Everton. They look as Man United and that's it. But you can't go drop in fucking two of the best players in a game like that,
No,
and then
that's
coming in the pre-match interview then and fucking blaming the interviewer for asking stupid questions. No, mate. Who brought the stupid questions?
Yeah, you
on himself.
You wanted some continuity after winning 7. We're 7-0 in the
Yeah,
Champions League
fuck
game.
yeah,
You want to put that team out again? I would have thought.
That's Salah.
There's a-
Salah.
Solanke's not ready, is he?
No,
For Prem?
Salah's
Like,
fucking
yeah.
best signing of the
he's
year.
got
Salah's
quality.
player of the year.
Yeah.
You could argue with De Bruyne. De Bruyne's in a better side, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course it is.
Salah is a fucking genius signing.
quality.
He's absolutely fucking sensational.
Blows your mind
you
that
know.
we never got more minutes for Chelsea. Like every time
Well,
I go in, Chelsea play.
It's
Like,
and De
I know,
Bruyne
yeah.
as well. Like, what the fuck are Chelsea doing? Like, you know what I mean? I just don't understand the money they've lost with fucking Salah and De Bruyne. Imagine them two
First
fucking
time
on
I
the wing
saw
for
De
Chelsea.
Bruyne play for Chelsea, it was De Bruyne's debut for Chelsea. He had man of match,
Really?
and I went and I remember him interviewing afterwards. I watched it player, and I was going, "Fuck me, he's going to be good, that kid." And again, played again.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, "What the fuck happened there?" But after that, De Bruyne, and
He had a stormer where he went then, didn't he? Where did he go after Chelsea?
Vitesse Arnhem, right?
Yeah, it's
He was
all in
Vitesse
something.
Arnhem,
Yeah.
yes, I think it was Vitesse, something like that. But you know, I just don't fucking I don't understand what they are doing Chelsea. But the other thing with fucking Tommy, do you see Company's tackle? The one where he won the ball, right? Okay, it was a proper old school tackle.
I've seen it. Yeah, I know the one.
He had the ball, he went in, he won the ball clean, and he went, I can't remember who it was, but he went through him, and just went straight through the tackle, and the ball's got out. Referees give a free kick. I'm like, you can't tackle in the modern game, like, do you know what I mean? There's no fucking physicality. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, fuck me, the game's gone. That's what I'm screaming to myself. The fucking game's gone. You watch now, right, okay? Anytime there's any sort of contact, and I mean shoulder to shoulder, the player automatically falls over, feels a contact, falls over. If you feel a little touch on your
Like
foot,
the penalty with the
Yeah,
little
shocking
bit.
penalty.
he's playing for that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not a penalty, right? Because Lovren,
didn't touch him, it was like
He
touching
shouldn't
him.
have fucking put his hands in it.
Yeah.
man.
he knows as soon as he touches, as soon as he feels that pressure on his back, he's going to fall over because he's not going anywhere else.
Yeah.
He's going to the corner flag, right? But you know the way I played football, and I'd obviously never played to that level, but the way we played football is you wouldn't show you're hurt. You could get hurt and you'd act like you weren't hurt. That was the game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You'd go into a big 50-50 tackle and fucking hurt your leg, and you jump up and try and carry on, and it's like walking it off, isn't it? It's a polar opposite to the game now, where you don't even have to get hurt, and you roll around on a fucking deck like you're hurt. I'm looking at these fuckers, and they're looking up at the ref, holding their foot. As soon as the ref just says play on, they jump it up, they chasing the ball back.
You know, one of the favourite fucking parts playing football I used to love was a fucking tackle.
Physicality, yeah.
I used to fucking thrive on a tackle. Nah, the way I was always taught to tackle, we weren't taught to tackle, it's just the way you did. Like, I was always a fat cunt, so you were always a little bit slower than the others. So who would end up coming off the floor, whose studs would be up, which won't matter to me, because I always wore fucking blades, but who go for the ball.
Yeah.
But now, if you've got whose studs up, that's a straight away sending off. So
I wouldn't last
and I swear to you, on my daughter's life, I would have been sent off every week. Every single game, because that was the way. If it's a 50-50, you jump off the floor, because I was a fat cunt, too slow, and go studs up, but winning the ball, like. So if he comes through the ball, you've got to whole body fucking behind the ball, like. No, that's been outlawed. That's fucking gone. You know what I mean? So part of the game that I used to I'd love a tackle, mate. It was fucking, that's part of the fucking fun of it, wasn't it?
Jamie Doyle tackled me on the chest once.
Say again?
Jamie Doyle tackled me on the chest, right? I went in a 50-50 with Jamie Doyle, right? And we both jumped into the ball, and Jamie obviously saw me come in, and it's before I knew Jamie, as I was only a nipper. And Jamie must have gone, he's gone in high, so I'm going to go in higher, which is what you were taught. If someone goes in high, you go higher. And he jumped over the ball and literally 2-footed me in the chest, right? And it actually didn't hurt me. I was surprised it didn't hurt me, because he sort of hit me and slid off me, and he got sent off. No, I didn't roll around on the floor.
Because you don't want to show Jamie
I'm not going to show anyone that I'm hurt. You know what I mean? Even if he'd had to have snapped my fucking leg for me to stay down on the deck. Like, you know what I mean? That's the game, isn't it? I'm not going to show anyone. You know, even if I did get hurt, I would have done my best to not show them. These days, they're not even getting hurt. They're not getting 2-footed in the chest. That's for fucking certain. And they don't have to, because they're just fucking, before the tackle's even made, they're already on their fucking way over.
There was a guy called Snapper, legend locally, played for our club. He tackled a guy from Mumbles once, right? And a guy from Mumbles on the floor, and Snapper fucking literally raked him from his belly button to his chin. It was a fucking, like a crime scene, wasn't it? He was like, he didn't be done for fucking ABH. It was shocker, but it went down in Six history, did it? Because everyone said, fuck, I don't think I've ever seen fuck. You may as well have had a knife.
Well, his nickname was Snapper.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. It's like,
his nickname was Paddy. But we also had a keeper we called the cat. He was shitting goals. He just like milk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking hell.
He was a shit in the edge area. But Snapper, if you looked at Snapper, this is what I learned a lot with playing alongside him, was he was nothing to look at. He was fucking skinny, fucking didn't look that athletic or fuck all, but what he had was a brain. He knew how to play the game, and he knew when to throw it about. He wasn't just recklessly running around 2-footing people around the neck. He never would have stayed on a pitch, you know what I mean? But it's about a bit of nous and making the tackles when he had to make the fucking tackles. You know, he knew how to block people off. I learned loads from learning, because I remember that Jamie Doyle tackle, and Snapper bollocked me. He was like, how did you even allow him to 2-foot you in the fucking chest? He said, you lucky if 2-foot you in the chest and didn't catch your fucking leg. He said, he'd broke your fucking leg. So I learned then, you know, you learn how to tackle. I learned, when I played that year in the senior league, and then I went on a McWhirter with Cletley, all those boys I was playing against were 17, 18 years of age. He hadn't played senior football. I'd done a year of senior football, getting fucking elbowed in the face and getting kicked up.
So like a year ahead of people,
mate, they couldn't hack it. I was fucking smashing people all over the place, and I wasn't like fouling them. I was winning balls, cleaning people out and everything. That's how I stayed in that Cletley team, because those boys were quality footballers. But they didn't have anyone that could do what I did as regards to physicality of it, because I'd had that year in the senior league. You know, you got it. That's the experience is. These fucking guys these days, from the time they're kids, you know, sort of that. I suppose them all in the academies. They're not allowed to touch each other.
No, of course.
You know, there's no physicality be in the academies. There'll be no physicality when they come to the under-23s and they get into the fucking league, and there's no physicality. So you never learn. You know what I mean? If you took one of those fucking good pros and put them on a senior league pitch and they chuck the ball in the middle, they get fucking hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was nearly physicality down the county hall this afternoon, like when my missus come second in the Christmas fucking parade. Right? Fucking she's come home, right? She's fucking tamping. Honest to God, right?
Are you going to drink that wine?
No, you crack on, son. It was
What's that?
Yeah. So
It was-
No, it's your fucking wine.
She
Whatever.
my missus fucking murder, as you can see, right? I'm fucking wearing, this is why I got put up, I'm wearing fucking odd socks, right?
Mate, you don't need to tell me what she keeps losing mine.
I don't know where the fuck they go, my fucking washing.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
I
a
know.
Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
just me?
No, it's my own
Mate,
songs.
I've even gone to the point now, right? Well, I will only buy these fucking certain, I'll buy these certain like socks, right? I chucked every sock I own out and started fresh, right? And I said, right, this is where we started from scratch now. The cunt is still losing it. Oh, like, what the fuck, right? So, like, she got loads of things to do in the fucking house. You know, there's dishes here to be done. You know, without sounding like a Neanderthal, right? She could pair my fucking socks up. All she does is like arts and craft. It's like festive day in work down the county all today, right? So last night, I was in Liam Gallagher, which I'll get on to in a minute. She spent all fucking night turning her Christmas jumper into the best one, right? She fucking sewed lights onto it, baubles hanging off everywhere, right? She said 100% I'm going to win this. She is a festive fucker, she do like Christmas. She said, I'm going to win, I want this fucking award, right? I want this certificate. She said, I don't care about the £10 gift voucher, I want to win the trophy. Bit like my mate Kevin O'Donnell, when he had a kickboxing tournament in the Valleys, and he ended up fighting a girl, and we said, fucking hell, what do you do, Kevin? We didn't beat her, did you? And he said, no one gets between me and my certificate. And he ended up beating fuck out of this girl, right? Yeah, he got chased out the fucking Rita Car Leisure Centre, right? So my missus goes to work then, so I'm trying to chill out. I got the morning off because of Liam Gallagher last night. 12 o'clock is a phone call. Go down my brother's house. You're going to have to get down my brother's house. I said, what the fuck for? Like, I'm trying to watch fucking Songs of Praise, fucking reruns. Get down my brother's. Go and get the inflatable snowman outfit, right? I said, what the fuck are you on about? She said, there's this bitch from IT. I've come in dressed as a fucking elf and she's going to win it. Go down my brother's and get the inflatable fucking elf. Snowman, right? So she got this 7-foot inflatable snowman outfit, right? She goes in there thinking she's pissed it. This little woman with the elf, it's like one of them, no one of them Birdie Clifton ones. My missus is a big fat cunt. She's running around no, remember It's a Knockout. Princess Anne, she got a bucket of water, My missus got a bad back, she can't go running around. This little elf is running around all the offices like, she won first prize. My missus is fucking tamping. Christmas is cancelled. She's fucking gutted, mate. Honest to God. I've never seen her so fucking angry. She's fucking livid. I gotta put up with the shit then, walking around with odd socks on. Fucking does my head in.
No, she loses it. I have the same conversations.
Where do they go? Where do the fucking socks go?
No idea, man.
It's only in the fucking washing bin.
Huh?
Fucking hell.
Honest to God, I'm literally, I wonder if I got odd socks on now. No, I haven't. These must be the only pair in the house I got Pringles. Same ones. But there's very few I've got. And I'm putting them on in the dark at like 5:20 in the morning, so God knows what I'm fucking putting on majority of the time.
Fucking
but never the same pair.
Liam Gallagher last night. I've never seen so many fucking Swansea people in one place.
Is it, yeah?
Oh, mate. It was like a podcast reunion. We had Craig Allen up there. Fucking Ryan Michaels was up there. Stacko was it, mate. It was fucking full of chili and all them.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. It's one of the best fucking gigs I've ever fucking been to.
Stacko must have had everyone because he left the WhatsApp group again.
Yeah, he always do it, and he
as I said, he just leaves the WhatsApp group.
No, like he thinks
we give him a few days, and then we bring him back.
He must have the EBGBs, like, no, like Alan, who has a massive one, who thinks fucking hell, who thinks he worried all upset and who misses, who thinks he's going to be sacked from work, who fucking head goes to live till Tuesday. Fuck then, like.
So we leave him now till next week, and then we come on, Stack, come back into the fold. So we put our round you.
I think Liam Gallagher's better than when I've seen him with Oasis. Like, I fucking first seen him with Oasis in '97, so that's fucking like 20 years ago. Like, I don't think I've been to an Oasis gig that was as good as fucking last night. It was fucking unbelievable. Mate, it was fucking unbelievable.
Could have ticket as well. Paul Rollo messaged me.
Mate, it was unbelievable, mate.
I was feeling rough
brilliant.
as fuck. I would have made it through.
It was fucking class, mate. It was fucking brilliant. Brilliant.
Right, what's the score? Have you got a fucking bail, have you?
We got 10 minutes, like, you know what I mean?
Well, right, let's crack on it. Fucking, Rihanna Swing. Did you have
I got it written down, right. Absolutely amazing.
Right, there's, did you know Johnny Shrew?
Who?
Do you know Johnny Shrew? Right, his daughter Rihanna died just over a year ago.
Something like that.
She had a brain tumour. She died. She's a friend of ours. We were raising money for to try and get her operation. Anyway, Mark Barrow and a number of other people who I probably should know the names of, but I know Mark Barrow is one of the main guys. They were raising money to to build a disabled park up in Neath.
Right.
And it's named, it would be in her memory.
Right.
So they put a lot of work into raising money, doing different events. Everyone's doing different events, money going in. I don't know what was the total that they needed.
Don't know, I
It was
have
a lot
no
of fucking
idea.
money
Like,
anyway.
you're talking like in the upper tens of thousands, like, you know what I mean?
So there was a lot of money they needed to raise. So
which I honestly thought, and on that, I thought, nah, they
it was going to take some. It was going to take some doing, and they've been at it for a long time. Do you know what I mean? It was, they've been at it for probably a year, haven't they?
But don't forget, it was 30, like I think it was like 30-odd thousand.
Well, it was
when she was alive.
It was just over a year since I did the prom 100 with them. I ran at 10 miles. So that was, they were raising money back then. So this week they got was it lottery funding?
I think it was, yeah.
Right. So they basically got lottery funding to have the park built, which we thought was amazing. Just wanted to give them a fucking congratulations, because obviously it means a lot to me and Paddy, because we were close with obviously close with Johnny. And
when you see the kid growing up in there, lovely little fucking kid.
We both saw Rihanna grow up. Rihanna and Niall, my oldest boy, used to play together a lot in the kids' parties and stuff. So obviously we was fucked up, sad and everything when she died. So big congratulations to all those involved. I know Mark listens, and a lot of the other boys who were involved, they listen. So just wanted to give them a bit of a shout out. Di Owen's wedding is Sunday. Gotta give Di.
I know, he messaged me on Sunday. He goes, have I sent you universal invitation to the wedding? I said, no, I'm up in the christening as it goes. I said, fucking bit short. You know what I mean? Like 5 days,
Yeah, it's a week before Christmas down Old Walls.
And,
it's going to be hard. It's going to be easier to get to the bare knuckles.
I spoke to him today. I can't go either because I got.
You're working, will you, Christmas now?
Well, I'm working Saturday. I probably work Sunday morning. But I got Niall's football Christmas do in the afternoon. And what we do every year, we go there. And because my nephews and everything, and then we go to Winter Wonderland afterwards, like straight after, because it's in the dark.
Of course,
we just walk over to Winter Wonderland there. So I got that on. So I did speak to him today to say I couldn't go.
Maybe drive down for me. Like
I was going to drive. Originally, our plan was I was going to drive until I had this, and this is a fucking big thing.
He seems quite chilled. He ain't sort of worried. He seems like he's unless he's playing it cool, like.
Well, I don't know. Was you nervous for your wedding? Are you married?
I'm not married, no.
Yeah,
I'm engaged, but I'm trying to pull it out, drag it out.
I dragged mine out for fucking 15 years, mate. Don't worry.
Like Lily, sort of like most people goes out the night before, don't they? I don't know why I didn't. Like I don't know. The thought of going into that day, sweating and over, like it's not for me.
No, it's tough then, isn't it?
Fucking not like me really. I thought they would go up for the party, but I stayed in the house on my own. My mate Liza come over with a fucking bottle of champagne, and fucking. Last night my missus stayed up the towers. I was literally on my fucking own, but I don't mind, I didn't mind that. I wasn't mad at that because I didn't want to be hungover on the wedding day. Because you are a bit, when you're sitting there and there's fucking 100 people behind you, fucking bit sweating and fucking, you are a little bit stressed, like. But no, he seems alright, doesn't he? He seems good about it.
Yeah. I just, this is one of those days. I was actually hungover from the day before my wedding. I was still hungover on the day of my fucking wedding because my stag do what we done on the Sunday. I got married on the Tuesday. It was fucking wrong. So I don't know whether it was nerves or whether I was fucking hungover. Like, do you know what I mean? But I wasn't myself that day. Only until later on in the day, as the day went on, I fucking sort of got into it a bit more. Like, do you know what I mean? It was, when you see your missus is happy, that's the main thing, innit? Keep her sweet. Yeah. She was fucking happy as fuck, so I chilled out a bit that night.
I would say, mine, it's a great day, mine.
Oh,
getting married, fucking hell. It was hell. I enjoyed it, like.
Yeah.
Good, good laugh.
Expensive party. I know.
We didn't go mad as it happens, like.
Yeah, no,
we done all fucking stupid stuff like get married on a Sunday. It's fucking $3,000 off it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
get married 3 days after Christmas.
You get married 3 days after Christmas. There's another $2,000 off it. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking hell. Next thing they paying me to have my wedding on it.
Fucking hell.
Best thing about my wedding, one marry my missus, he was having a fucking good luck card off the boys who run Weekend Defender and having the badge. Like, I was fucking landed, mate. I was fucking chuffed, mate. No fairness.
Right. Well, if you're gonna go, right. I got a couple of things I'm gonna go through to finish it off. But if you want to bail, I'll just do it then last.
Yeah, go on. No worries, like.
Right, we're gonna just break by ear a sec, and while Paddy shoots off. It's always like we've only done it once before without Paddy here. So it's like stepping into the unknown. Last time I done it, I had about fucking 8 cans of Red Stripe, so I didn't give a fuck, you know what I mean? I was like, fuck off, Pad, I'll be alright. But I knew when Paddy rang me today to say, because we don't, it's literally, it's not a myth or fuck all, we don't discuss what we're gonna talk about fuck all, because, like I said, it's more spontaneity to that then, as regards to my reaction to him. If we had anything planned, then it's not. I don't think you get the same reaction, like the genuine reaction. Also, you're not going to know what the fuck, even if we plan it. But exactly. I think as a three, like there's more. I think it's better. It's more natural. Fucking natural.
Of course, yeah.
So I actually, Paddy rang me today, and as soon as he rang me, I knew there was something up, because we don't talk before the podcast. So he rang me, and I was like, "What's the matter, mate?" And he's like, "Oh, mate, fucking my daughter got a party 10 o'clock in Clear, I gotta fuck off." And I was like, right, if we start at 8, that's 1 hour 40. And I'm like, I don't like, we tried to do 2 hour podcasts, right? We were trying to keep everything at 2 hours. And then 2 hours felt like I was cutting people short. So like the couple of podcasts, I think we did 2 or 3 podcasts where we kept them at 2 hours. And then I felt like, afterwards, fuck, I had plenty, we had plenty more to talk about. So after that, we didn't discuss it. There's another thing we didn't discuss. We just fucking kept going. So we're doing 2 hours 30, 2 hours 45. Fucking Millwall Chris, we done 3 hours. And even in that one, I thought people won't listen for 3 hours. It's one of our most fucking popular podcasts, is a Millwall Chris one. So it's like, it seems to be, if I look at the numbers, the longer the podcast seems to be, it does. I don't know if there's any actual correlation. It may just be coincidence, but I think it's more because that we're not like fucking just ending a fucking thing where you can keep going. You know, it's a little bit more natural. But obviously, like Paddy's like my comfort blanket. You know what I mean? If Paddy's, I feel a little bit more fucking secure. Like, you know. So I had stuff that I wanted to just fucking. We've had a couple of results this week as regards to potential guests coming on. Yeah. I don't like guests. I don't like see you as a guest, you know what I mean? It's just one of the boys type of thing. You're sitting and having a chat. But last week, Lee Deneen knows one of the ex-shareholders in the club, in the Swans and that, and he's very vocal on Twitter and everything. I called him out basically. I said, let's fucking get him on here and let's see what he got to say, because he gets a lot of flack on Twitter and everything. Yeah. So I thought, fuck, give him a chance to like. I never thought for a second, right, that he would be actually would do it. But Neil Paddy, who was one of the proper, was in from fucking day one with the podcast. One of the boys messaged him, and Lee Deneen said, "We'll do it at the end of the season." I was like, "Fuck." There's, I'm still like at it myself, going, he's not going to do that, is he? What's he going to put himself out there for? So he can sit here where you are, and I can give him shit to his face, like, which I would. Do you know what I mean? Not give him shit, I'm not an asshole, but I mean, I would ask him the questions that people would want to know. Like, would want to know. You know, when we did the Trundle podcast, people were sending me, ask Lee about this. I was like, but that's not what the podcast has been. The podcast has never been about that. It's not like a Q&A, if you know what I'm saying. It's just like a chat. But with that Lee Deneen one, I probably would like just put it out there, right, boys, what do you want me to ask him? Because I'm not media trained, and I may miss something, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, it could be like, you could just say, like, get a list together of, and then at least you know what people want to
exactly. I would just put it on Twitter and say, right, to all the followers of the podcast, here's what you tag, because you only do that fucking hashtag, you know what I mean? Hashtag this and ask the questions, because then I would take the ones I thought were fucking pertinent to to her, and I would just write them down here in notes, and then because I don't want to miss anything, because you wouldn't want to take that opportunity and go afterwards, fuck, I should have asked him about that, do you know what I mean? I should have pushed him a bit more on that, So with that Lee Deneen thing, I would, with as regards to the fact that, this week I've had other conversations. Actually, my mate Stephen Robinson actually knows Lee Deneen and sent him a private message and spoke to him, and he said exactly the same thing to me, do it at the end of the season. But I bumped into another boy I used to play football with, spoke to me about another ex-Swans pro. I don't want to name him yet, because it's not like over the line type of thing, even though I've spoke to this ex-pro. We DM back and forth, and I think it'd be fucking really, really good for the new year. I said to him, look, because we're having a bit of a, we're going to do next week's podcast, and then we're going to have a week's break, and then we're going to come back. So I said, look, in the new year, we sort out for the new year. He's like, yeah. So I think that'd be really good. Then I got another ex-Swans pro, who I'm quite prepared to name because it's been out there on Twitter, Michael Howard. He actually had a Barney with my old man last week, which I told the story on the podcast.
Right.
And me and Michael Howard had a little bit of a joke about it on Twitter, and I said, do you want to come on? He said, yeah. So in the future, now down the line, we'll have Michael Howard come on. So we sort of gaining momentum, like every week. I can see like more followers. We're getting like 30 to 40 new followers every week. We're coming up to, I think we're up to towards 800 followers, 760, something like that. You know, we're going on our way to 800.
Yeah.
We've been at it 15 weeks. Like, do you know what I mean? We're making gradual strides, and I think the more followers we get, the more likely we are to get ex-pros to come in. Like Trundle, could probably message Trundle, or Trundle, do you fancy getting a couple of these guys? We know that anyone inside the club currently is not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trundle was different because he's not classed as coaching staff or playing staff. You know what I mean? That is at the moment actually probably not our biggest podcast, believe it or not. The first episode is the biggest one, and I think that a lot of that is to do with the fact that people will listen to that, and then they may never listen to another one. Do you know what I mean? So there'll be a lot of people that only ever listen to one, and it'll be that one, if you know what I mean, or it'll be the Trundle one. Those two are up and above the rest when you look at the numbers, like, and like I say, every week I look at it and it just fucking boggles my mind, like, you know what I mean? Overnight now, when I post this up, when I wake up in the morning, and if I got a bit of time in work, so you're talking probably 6.5, 7 hours, there'll be 150 people listen to it.
Wow.
Overnight.
That's good. Yeah.
That don't make sense, does it?
Yeah, you know, if you're building something, you know, it's like anything, it's gradual, and people get to know, and you know, they look out, they probably look out, you know, look out.
They're looking for
out for it, like.
I spoke, and people like, you know, do you know, this is a weird thing, right? Okay, we haven't discussed this on a podcast because this is actually one of the few conversations me and Paddy have had. Like, I get a crisis at conference, right, every fucking week, from the first week until now.
Yeah.
Like, every week I go, are we going to get this wrong this week? Like, do you know what I mean? Am I going to fuck something up? Is it not going to be as good? You know, and I'm a worrier by nature, whereas Paddy is the opposite end of the scale to me. Paddy just turns up like nonchalant as fuck, just sits down, tells some random story, and then, you know, he's cool like that. Like, I mean, I always worry. So there was a few weeks ago, going back a few weeks ago now, Paddy was here, and I thought it was an amazing podcast. From the fucking minute we done it, as soon as we finished, I was chuffed, right, with the way it went. And Paddy left, and I was uploading a podcast, and he texted me, and he said, sorry about tonight, mate. He said, I just wasn't with it, you know, I didn't really feel like, oh, God, so we're talking about, Pad. That was amazing, right? That was fucking brilliant. That's the best one I've done. And then the week after, it was me. I texted him. I was like, Pat, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I just didn't feel like I was with it. Like, do you know what I mean? And he goes, what are you talking about? And both those podcasts, the two that I won't name who's it doesn't really matter anyway. We both thought that we weren't really, and then they're two of the most popular podcasts, if that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
it's like as if, because we sort of started something with absolutely no fucking idea where we were going to go, no idea who was going to listen to it. When I look at like the sort of numbers, it just baffles me every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
That's good. You doing something right, you know.
Yeah, and you know, we're doing something that now we're very passionate about, like, you know, and like we're trying to push it on, like, say, the next step for us, and in the new year, I'm really looking to like try and help, try and get the production up and everything, and you know, people have been asking us like, can you do like a live podcast and shit? I'm like, fuck. You know, I don't think we can't do it like this, you know what I mean? You can imagine, but I think in the new year, I'm probably going to look into that. You know, I know people in like production and stuff, and have a word and see if there's any way that we could do it, like, because I think people would be seeming like up for a night out. Like,
that's what people asked, is it going live? You know, people, that's what I said to you earlier. Yeah. You know, is it going to go live?
Yeah,
I said no because I didn't think it.
No, the thing is with that is when we did the podcast with Di and James a few weeks ago. James had messaged me to say, do you mind if we Facebook Live it? Now, this is just my opinion on it. It's like I have absolutely no desire to be famous, if that makes any sense to you, right? So I've got no desire to have my face on Facebook Live, and I don't want anyone to think about me that way. I did the podcast because that's something I had to get out of my system. You know, I'm happy just to do this, like, as we're doing it. Yeah. It's been successful to a certain extent now, touch wood, doing it this way, and I don't really want to change it at this point because I still think we're in the infancy of it, if you know what I mean. You got to, like, you know, crawl before you can walk, fucking thing, innit, you know. So I don't want to start doing that and not have any equipment to do it. So, you know, if say we did it now tonight, well, right, okay, I'd have to like Facebook Live it off the iPad or my phone or something, and it's not the look.
Hard to get it, yeah.
It's not the look I'm going for, like, you know what I mean. Yeah. You know, don't get me wrong, right? If I could have filmed Paddy's face when he found out Miss Elizabeth had died, right, when we told him that, I don't know if you listen to our podcast, Mark Bauer and Nicky Francis, it was one of the most funny reactions, right, that I've ever seen in my life. I fucking creased laughing, right, and it was a genuine, you know, look of fucking shock and horror. Like, he threw himself back and fucking chair, like, I went, oh my god, like as if find out his fucking sister had died or something, like, you know what I mean? And you know, if that could have been caught on camera, that would have been fucking great. But I think for the large part, this doesn't need it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't believe it needs it. So, but in the new year, we definitely we've talked a lot of boxing, like, you know, especially over the last, you know, with yourself, with last week with Adam, but obviously we talked a lot of football with Adam because Adam's a big Swans fan as well. Chrissy Ware was on. We talked a lot about boxing. I love boxing. Do you know what I mean? I can't help it. This is the way the podcast is going to go. But coming up, looking at it, the way it's going to be structured now, next week, and then into the new year, it's going to be a lot of football. Like, you know, it's going to be a lot of boys. It's going to be ex-pros coming on. I got Andrew Mumford coming on. I've only got to give him a shout. You know, Michael Howard, and then when we're going to, you know, build and go from there. And you know, my at this point now, I'm looking at last episode at the end of the season, that would be the live one. Like, build to that, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I don't want to just chuck that in the middle there, you know, do that at the end. You know, Chris Ware kindly offered us a venue when we were going to do the Trundle one. That may be worth looking into, and then you never know, you could get 10 people there, you could get fucking 150 people there, you just don't fucking know, do you? But
I think that's one worth trying out on, like, how many episodes you done now?
We're 15, so this is 15.
Maybe 25th or something, which is sort of, I don't know, maybe that sort of...
I would have to work out the weeks, like, because by the end of the season, we'd be looking at, like, weeks, we'd be looking around 40, see, 30 or 40, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's quite a few you're going to be doing.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, it's something I got to look at, and it's something I got to approach correctly so that we don't fuck it up, because, you know, like I say, we don't really know what we're doing. That's genuine.
Yeah.
You know, we just two guys who like to, you know, me and Paddy. I think this is a lot of what this have come from. Is me and Paddy got like 21 years fucking relationship. Do you know what I mean? So like, I know him. You know, he's one of my best friends. So when he says something, oh fuck yeah, you know, and say we bullshit off each other. Yeah. And we've been very lucky with yourself and with everyone who've come in. They've offered us something. There's not been one person that's come into our, we've gone and we've had to like sort of work at anything with anyone. Yeah. It's been fucking easy. Like, I could listen to you tell stories about fucking going to James de Gale's house and meeting Huey Fury all fucking day, like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking great for me, like, you know. So, you know, I want to thank you again for coming on.
No worries.
Before we go, we can't go without talking about Lomachenko and Rekindle at the weekend. You've seen it, I assume.
Yeah. I always thought, to be honest, that he'd be too small. I was convinced. You know, I always look at the step. I always look at, historically, people who do step up. And it's, you know, Khan did it, then Canelo gets knocked out. You know, it's quite sort of... I thought he was just going to be too small. I think he would...
I think the first thing that struck me when I watched it was how much smaller he was.
He's way smaller.
Yeah.
I know he was. He looked like he'd put on a bit of muscle, but he got bullied.
Just natural size, he was nowhere near.
And to be fair, you know, I don't know how much the hand injury is totally sincere, but he was getting, he didn't get it, did he?
No.
You know, the angles, you know, he was just doing his usual. He was just way too smart there. And he's not the most positive fighter, is he?
Ringo, no.
You know, he's a defensive fighter.
It got to a point where I think Lomachenko sort of felt him out 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then once he realised that he didn't really have enough.
He couldn't hurt them.
No.
Couldn't hurt them.
And he wasn't really offering
Yeah.
the big left hand over the top, and is Lomachenko going to get it by that? You know, 1 in a fucking 100 maybe, and then they're not going to hit him clean enough to make any difference. It became too easy for him, and I think he just sort of Rigondeaux just sort of decided, I'm not going to fucking win this.
Yeah, I think he just sort of damaged limitations. But I would have, for me, I would rather see him lose every round.
And keep going.
Keep going,
Yeah.
rather than sort of, I don't know, I may have busted his hand, I don't know, but there's plenty of fighters who go without a busted hand.
You don't want to think that it was insincere.
You don't want to think like that, but it was just a bit of an anticlimax.
It was a massive anticlimax.
You know, that's the.
It was a massively one-sided fight. So even the sort of 6 rounds they went wasn't entertaining.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Well, it was for like me and you. I could watch Lomachenko dance around his kitchen like shadow boxing, but that's basically what it was, wasn't it? You know, he was just using Rigondeaux's target practice and slipping and sliding and doing anything he fucking wanted, and you know it was. You know, if he's not.
If you think he's probably the best boxer on the planet right now, though. To be fair, pound for pound, just movement. You don't teach that sort of movement. It's
I still think I talked about it last week with Adams. At the moment, on achievement, I still think Terence Crawford is pound for pound number 1.
Yeah.
You know, but Lomachenko, it doesn't mean that Lomachenko's not the best boxer in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think. If you go in on achievement, I think you can't look. You know, look. Terence Crawford has beat everyone in front of him. He's unified a fucking division.
Yeah.
That's one correction I got to make as it happens. I got that written down somewhere. Me and Adam were trying to work out last week who was the last last person that unified a division. Do you know that?
One Lewis, was it? No?
That's what I said. No. I said Lennox Lewis, but it wasn't. Apparently Lennox Lewis didn't unify the division. He wasn't undisputed.
Right.
Undisputed champion, that's what I meant. Not,
right, okay. Well, Kawasaki, was it?
No, because Kawasaki wasn't undisputed. I thought Kawasaki was undisputed at super middleweight as well. But I googled it, and it was Bernard Hopkins was undisputed middleweight champion.
Yeah.
And then Jermaine Taylor beat Bernard Hopkins for the undisputed middleweight championship of the world. You know, all the titles. So it was actually Jermaine Taylor. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I the first thing I said was I'm fucking sure it was Lance Lewis. So, but it was actually because I googled it to find out because I wanted to make sure how wrong or fucking right I was. It was actually Jermaine Taylor. So you know it was a massive thing. That's why I think Terence Crawford is the pound for pound number 1. Lomachenko may very well in the next few fights, if he fights Mikey Garcia and then starts beating all these names, he may even end up going up that high and beating fucking Terence Crawford. You know, but that's a big step then, and then
I mean, I think Crawford, who's the geezer Rick stopped Cal Brook last fight?
Yeah, Errol Spence.
Yeah, and that the fight that they
Errol Spence is a weight class above.
Yeah, I know. They think of the step up there, or catch weight.
Yeah,
but that's a good fight.
Yeah, that's a hell of a fight. Yeah,
you know, I think that's the fight that needs to happen. It will happen at some stage, I'm sure of it.
I'm sure Crawford will go up again, but he's only just undisputed champion, and so I'm trying to think who's there at. Was it light welter? It would be, wouldn't it? It's not light welter anymore, was it? Was it
no,
super lightweight?
Yeah, it's something
super lightweight. Yeah, some shit like that.
Well, he's been classed. I think the first time I saw him actually fight was when he beat Burns. He did.
Yeah, he beat Burns.
Convincingly, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's he's 3-weight world champion, to be honest. Yeah. Even though he wouldn't have thought that he would have done. I didn't think he would have done a 3-weight world champion.
No. He got managed. But he got managed into those. He beat the guys he needed to beat.
Yeah, of course.
Titles, and I think he didn't beat an elite fighter, did he?
But he can't. You can't knock what he's.
No, of course not. No.
But Crawford is class.
I'd
like to see. Oh, he's way away though, isn't he? I think Lomachenko is class to watch. I mean, just the only thing I was looking at the other day was he was 9-1 going in, wasn't he?
Because he lost to Salido.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was.
Yeah, well, I never saw that fight. No, I never saw that fight, but it was his second pro fight.
Yeah.
Where he fought for the world title.
Right.
And apparently, from what I gather, it was a very rough, dirty fight where Salido kept him close, low blows, all sorts of fucking rough house tactics. And even then, after that, they thought Lomachenko won it. And had the fight gone any longer, he would have stopped him. No, without seeing the fight.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I was surprised.
What's
Salido? He's a bit of a.
But what they said,
scrap, isn't he?
Yeah, what they said in the commentary, because I had the HBO commentary, not HBO, whatever fucking broadcast it was on in America. I had the American commentary anyway, and they were saying that so he's a different fighter now because that was his second pro fight. He hadn't adapted to the pro style, where now he's much more of a pro style fighter. Because if you think in the Rekindle fight, he was trying to pull his arms out and he was stepping back in with his head. He was getting used to those rough house tactics, and things like that. So. I think Salido just roughed him up and sort of stifled all that movement.
Second pro fight though, I mean, that's a bit of a step up.
He's jumping to world title pro level.
He's had a lot of fights.
Yeah, and then obviously, tough character.
Yeah.
So they have talked about that rematch.
Thing is, would he, what difference would it make now? I mean, only just to revenge a loss, really, but he's gone on, to a different level since then.
No, but like I say, it was a bit of a fucking gigantic disappointment in the end. You know what I mean? Because you're looking for
was. I didn't think, to be fair, because I was on the bill that he broke, what's his name's jaw, didn't he? What was his name?
Dickens.
Jazzy Dickens, his jaw in the second or third round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I thought, but he was so small.
Yeah.
To Lomachenko, and I did think that because I didn't want to, because I've got it wrong so many times. I didn't want to put it. I didn't want to, because I got hammered for the Huey Fury.
Yeah.
I had people who were do media interviews, the fighters, saying, "How can you think you were?" And messaged me privately on Facebook and hammered me, saying, "Oh, you got that completely wrong." I was like, I was there. I saw it, I was there. What was I seeing? People were spinning me right out, and so I didn't want to put it up, but I did. If I was going to put anything, I was going to say he was going to be too small.
Yeah,
he
was actually too slow, and in the end, he was too immobile.
Yeah, totally. I think that was when you look at when Cleverly stepped up to cruiser, and you think Cleverly is super fit, gas straight after 6 rounds. He just lay on ropes for another 6.
Yeah.
That's what he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
And that's again put too much muscle. So it's a big step.
It is mad, you wouldn't think that the weight and this type of thing could affect so much.
But it's huge.
Does, yeah.
That's why his weight classes. You know what I mean? That's the. So yeah, it was. I wasn't surprised. It wasn't a surprise result for me.
No.
I was surprised how many people were actually going for that. Rigoro. I mean.
Billy Joe Saunders is fighting now this weekend.
Yeah.
David Lemieux.
Yeah.
Is he wearing a Gumz shield?
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even look who wears them. I only saw Junkies because it was right on the screen.
Yeah.
But I've done it. I never looked, to be honest.
You did Billy Joe though?
Yeah, I met Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, up in I took Dio in actually.
Yeah.
We went up to did it in his gypsy camp. We met him. We went in. We met him in a scrapyard just outside. Opposite his gypsy camp, and I met him in a scrapyard, and he said, "Oh, come on, we'll go in here and do it." So we followed him, and me and Dio went up. We were like, "This is mad," So, but he was right, Billy Joe. To be fair, he signed everything. I'm saying he was good as gold.
Yeah.
But he's another slick fighter. He's underrated. Not the most powerful puncher in the world, not stopper, but a good. You can see the amateur pedigree.
That's what Chris said. So Chris said that. They know how to win, don't they?
Of course.
A lot of the gypsy boys, they know how to win.
But he's quite elusive.
Yeah.
You don't get it that often, like flush.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be different fight Rank Junior with him now.
Yeah.
But he wasn't in. To be fair, he looked like he gassed quite quickly.
He looks in a better shape now.
He's way better shape.
Yeah.
The Ingle gym now.
Yeah.
I mean, they will put you in a good shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, he can punch, right? Lemieux.
Well, I think if he beats Lemieux, it's like, I think people don't look at Billy Joe as like, even though he's a world champion, has he beat anyone world class?
No, you look at his record.
You know
You don't see anyone except Eubank Jr. But as he was coming up, Eubank Jr. Don't forget Eubank Jr. had really not that much amateur pedigree.
Yeah.
He didn't go to the Olympics like Billy Joe. He's a bronze medalist. Billy Joe actually beat the guy who beat him in the Olympics. Billy Joe beat him 2 or 3 weeks previous. Right. But he said he just him and Frankie Gavin were like proper fucking around before the Olympics.
I've seen,
You know, Frankie Gavin got kicked off.
Yeah.
So they were like, you know, not.
I've seen an interview where Billy Joe Saunders says Frankie Gavin took that for the team, otherwise the two of them were gone.
Yeah.
He said, no, it was all me, when it was actually the two of them.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, you look at that, and he said that was the best thing that ever happened to losing that fight, not to, you know, to get bronze, because he would have won gold.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think the Lemieux fight, I think if he does a better job, I don't think he'll stop him.
No.
You know, I just don't think he will. Out there as well. No. Not like a Triple G did. No. You know,
he's gonna have to. He can't eke a win though, can he?
It's a bit of a risky. I mean, it's quite risky to. He needs to win quite convincingly, because you know what it's like when you I've seen so many robberies in boxing, amateur level as well, like proper like 13-year-olds getting robbed, you know, going off crying. It's mad, like. It's so corrupt.
The last amateur show I went to, and I've been meaning to go to more, but the last amateur show I went to, I won't name which gym it was that I went to. It was a club show, and I saw at least 2 real shockers for the away fighters.
It's
where I was who was I with that day? I was with one of the boys, and I just went, oh wow. And there was a youngster as well, like, you know, 10, 11.
Yeah, I know. How can you? I don't get what it is, getting out robbing people.
Fucking coaches went mental.
Yeah.
Like they literally kicked off. They were screaming at the judges. They were having a go at the home fighters, cornermen, everything. It was like a real. And I was like, mate, I feel you fucking pain, because I didn't have that way that they scored it either, like, you know. Yeah,
no, it's I've seen a few. I've seen a good few, because I get around quite a few of them, and I've seen a few shockers where I thought, mad as hell. Like, you know, you got like a level. I think I can almost see it. What if it's like in Vegas and there's loads of money online, everyone's corrupt as hell, but like in 11, 12-year-old in the Penland Club, I mean, it's a bit of a different game, like, you know what I mean? Or wherever it was. I just said Penland, come up there, but wherever it has been, you just think, that's mad. Just not. I don't know how you could be, what you get out of doing that to like a kid. I mean, because you don't know if that kid's going to go on and on.
No, I don't think I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I judged the Budo shows, and I genuinely give it as I see it.
Yeah, exactly. I judged I went to the unlicensed show, the Freak Show.
Yeah.
So Jenko messaged me, he goes, oh, come down, and because I wanted to go down because the gloves were on show, it's the first time.
Yeah.
So I get to there now, and Morgan Jones, the pro that Chrissy Ware actually fought, he's judging, and my plan was to be there an hour, right? But it took me 45 minutes to find the place. I kept going back and up and down the roads, missing it. So anyway, I get in there, and Morgan Jones comes up to me and he goes, oh, Dan, fancy doing some judging? I thought there's going to be 3 judges. So next minute, I'm there on my own, and I'm looking around, I'm thinking, I got an unlicensed fight now, loads of pissed up people. Yeah. Next minute, there's about 8 or 9 people around me looking, literally
standing over you,
standing over me,
standing
over me, going, that's not right, like that. And I tell you what, I don't get that sketchy in life really, because I'm quite sort of relaxed, like I just take things as it comes. But I was thinking, how am I going to get out of this one now? Yeah. You know, the last fight there was loads of pissed up people. You know, everyone's over me, and I was. In the end, it was a draw in the end. So, I'll put it that way. It was it was best. I'd not put myself in being a judge again.
We the first one I judged, we was okay. We was all fenced off. The second one I judged, they had these like they're like just basically like straps. The barriers with the straps. Well, fuck me, it doesn't take a lot to move them. And basically I got surrounded, and this was John Phillips when he fought Javali, right. Down the LC2. So I'm on a judge's table and I got all John's fans, because all his tables were right behind where I were, all standing, basically.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
Surrounding me. On that side, the other judges, where Di was sitting doing a timekeeping and Smithy was judging, they were surrounded as well. And I'm looking at it, and I thought John lost the first round, see? You know, Javali took him down like 3 times, beat him up on the floor. In the stand-up, John was winning. But on the floor, that where a lot of the fight had taken place up to that point, Javali was winning. So I'm sitting there going, I'm fucking surrounded by... For starters, number 1, I'm John Phillips' fan. I've been for years, followed his career since he started. 2, I got all his fucking mates around me. And 3, I got to go and score this against him. I was fucking praying he knocked that Javali out. And honestly, I was sitting there like that going, fuck, I hope he knocks this fucking guy out. And they're right in front of me. And Javali circles off a cage, and as he circles, you've seen the shot of it where he knocks him out, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Throws the overhand left, and he fucking lands it. And Javali went down like a fucking tree.
Yeah.
I mean, he hits the fucking deck. He's out cold. John walk away knockout. I've never been so fucking happy in my life.
Yeah, it is pretty.
I didn't have to score it, like, you know.
Well, Jenko phoned me next day because he could see. I was like, fucking hell, Jenko, what the fuck is going on here? I was like that, like, in the thing, and there was loads of pissed up Mancunians, a couple of gypsies fighting on the show. I was like, fuck. I was worried, like, and he phones me up the next day. He's got a cafe, see, and he phones me up. He goes, I was out for breakfast with my missus. So I answered to him. He goes, all right, but he says, how are you feeling? I went, fuck, I couldn't sleep that night. I promise you. I couldn't sleep. I went, mate, I had a fucking shit night's sleep last night, and all the cafe burst out laughing because he had a loud speaker. I genuinely had this dream about my balls being on the fucking Christmas tree as fucking balls, like. Seriously, I was proper worried. I said, mate, I haven't slept very well. I'm never fucking doing that again. He said, do a judging course, I'll pay for you. I was like, fucking no chance. Yeah. But I think what they should do, you know those tickers that people go into nightclubs with? I reckon there should be a few different people just ticking the landing shots in boxing. Do you know what I mean? And then just go into them and saying, right, he landed in 25 punches, he landed 13, right, so his round. It's so easier to do that. You know, like you're trying to score. It's quite difficult,
it's opinion as well.
It's very, who's the pressure fighter, who's not, who's the aggressor.
We've done it. We scored a fight, completely impartial, had no reason to favour anyone. And me and one of the other judges scored the fight 29-28 to one guy. And our mate who was sitting at a set, obviously because you're on 3 corners.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Scored a fight 30-27 to the other guy. So he had it. He was like, how did you score that? Like, yeah. We were like, how did you score that?
Yeah, like that? I know, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
angles,
you're seeing things different ways.
Yeah,
like, you know
I think I've suggested they go for 5 judges. And they're like, you know, in the Olympics they did the 5 judges and the 3 randoms. I think that's not a bad shout because there's been so many corrupt decisions lately. It's baffling where they're getting it from.
Yeah.
That's worrying.
Promoters won't push for that, see, because of the cost.
Yeah.
Because you bring in 3 judges, like different for me now. I'm doing it for nothing. I'm doing it because Dino's my mate, and the boys are doing it because we mates with Dino. And if you're doing it for that Jenko, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'll do it for the experience of doing it. But when they're talking about the pro game and that, they pay in these judges. They pay for hotels for these judges for an evening, and it's not. They're not trying to fucking bring extra judges in to cost them more fucking money. Like.
I know, but it's like Liam Williams, Liam Smith. Again, I don't know if I'm looking at the fighter, thinking. Because you're getting emotionally involved, isn't it? You're only looking at that one fighter.
I thought Liam Williams won.
I thought Liam had it by 1 or 2 rounds.
That's the way I scored it.
You know?
But I'm emotionally invested in him. I don't like Liam Smith. So
you know, I'm thinking, am I seeing something completely different here? But I just think that if it is actually affecting people's livelihoods in a way, what it is, isn't it? If you make a loss in boxing through a dodgy decision, how far back have you got to go, really? I know Liam is on a different level. He'll go on. He'll have good fights. He'll probably have the European fight this next fight. But for other boys, what happens then? So I do think that there should be a bit differently done, where it's a bit more fairer. And it is. It's
one of those.
They like pressure fighters, America. Though they like aggression.
It's always going to be I think boxing, that's just ingrained. It's like referees' decisions, linesmen's decisions in football, judges' decisions in boxing. Do you know what I mean? It's just going to be one of those things, you know. How can you? What's the perfect thing to do? There's probably not one single perfect thing to do, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those things. It's always going to be fucking, you know.
Controversy somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere along the fucking line.
It's bungs everywhere.
Yeah.
It's got to be. You know, I reckon anyway. But there we are.
Right, we're going to wrap this up, Dan. I want to
one.
thank you again,
Nice
mate,
one.
for coming in. It's been a pleasure. Meeting you, even though we've already met before, and we didn't even fucking realise. You know what I mean? Going to be a lot of football next week because Chile's coming in with Jordan Maguire, the Turk, and we're going to have a Christmas party because it's a week before Christmas.
Tidy. Thank
you. We're going to pull some crackers and everything. So thanks very much, Dan, for coming
No
again.
worries.
Demon Shield Pro, at Demon Shield Pro on Twitter, Dan Gumz on Facebook, and do just accept any Facebook request.
Oh yeah, of course.
You can follow Dan's trips around the country on Facebook, and he's not much on Twitter, but at Demon Shield Pro anyway. We'll give him a push, you know what I mean, every time we can. So we're out for this week, and we'll be back next week. Ta-da!
Ambition is critical.